You are tuned into the Geyer Football Radio Network. This is the Coach Rodney Webb Show, brought to you by BudBartleyHomes.com, Marty B's, the Law Office of Kimberly and Shanklin, Cloud Realty, and patrons of the show. I'm John Piper, joined by Rick Threlkill. We're now joined by head coach Rodney Webb. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, guys. Doing great. It's been a great week.
And it's Thanksgiving week. Always a special time of year to be practicing on Thanksgiving Day and playing football on Friday. Late into the year, I had a chance to visit with you early this morning. You said it's a little unique because normally you're second or third round into the playoffs, and it's just your final regular season game on the road at Little Elm.
Yeah, you know, I've always seen football on Thanksgiving week is kind of a rite of passage, and it's a pretty good sign that you've had an exceptional year. And I know for me personally, this is 7 years in a row to be practicing over Thanksgiving. And I know the Geyer program has had their fair share of Thanksgiving practices as well. You know, I think one of the really cool things this year is that everybody is getting to experience that. So even programs that don't have a rich playoff history, they're getting the opportunity for that Thanksgiving morning practice. So I do feel like playing a regular season game Friday after Thanksgiving is going to feel a little bit like a playoff game.
Well, Coach, I was out last week visiting friends in Georgia, but I was able to listen to the game, and it was definitely a tale of two halves. I mean, McKinney Boyd jumped out to an early lead, 21-3, I think, at halftime. But you guys came storming back. Everybody wants to know, what was your halftime talk about? What about adjustments? And how do we get this thing turned around in the second half? You guys outscored McKinney 30-0.
Yeah, Rick, that's a great question. And I'll say, first of all, you know, McKinney Boyd is a really good football team. And I caution everybody I talk to during the week, our players and staff included, that, you know, don't be deceived by their 3-4 record. Boyd has had a multitude of injuries and COVID issues. A lot of their early season games, they had a lot of guys that were out. And they've kind of come around and really, with one exception on Friday night, everybody on their team was healthy and playing. And I think they're a team that has an opportunity to play multiple rounds into the playoffs this year. One of the best defensive teams, probably next to Ryan, the best defensive team that we've seen. So, you know, anything that could have gone wrong for us early did. I mean, the game was playing out just like Boyd wanted it to. They wanted to have long, methodical scoring drives, keep us off the field, eat up time, play slow, and finish their drives with touchdowns. And that's what happened. You know, for us offensively, the really important thing for us offensively was to execute well early. And we didn't do that at all. We executed poorly early in the game. And so, you know, the end result was things went just how Boyd wanted them to go. And it's 21-0 until the last play of the first half before we're able to get on the board. So as far as, you know, how we got ourselves in that boat, obviously it's a slow start. I wish I knew the answer. We are exploring all kinds of possibilities to figure out how to get our kids off to a better start. And I'm not an excuse maker, and I don't want any of this to come across as excuses. But, you know, we've talked about, you know, why are we not more engaged and locked in early? And, you know, everybody's dealing with smaller crowds. Everybody on the road is dealing with no band, no drill team, small student section. You know, at Geyer, we've had, you know, the Blue Crew has kind of been in quarantine, so to speak, and there's not a lot of atmosphere right now at our games. That's not an excuse, because that's true for everybody. Everybody's facing the same thing. We just haven't handled it as well, I think, as other people have. But, you know, it is, as a head coach, I mean, it's my responsibility. I've got to get them ready to play. And clearly what we've been doing is not getting those kids as ready to play as they need to be. So we have to start faster. Now, as far as what happened at halftime, you know, we made some adjustments at halftime, but the biggest thing, I told the kids, I got everybody in the locker room together, and in a fairly intense voice, Coach Webb voice, I let them know that doesn't matter what we put on the board, it doesn't matter what kind of adjustments we make, if the effort and the intensity and the grit and the determination aren't better, none of it's going to matter. And I challenged them a little bit. To play harder. And to their credit, they did. They answered the bell. And we had some player-led words that were said, and that was good. And that needs to come from players sometimes. And so, we came out with a whole different mindset, and we fixed a few things. Offensively, we made a few adjustments in our running game, and that that was a good change. And then we got the ball rolling. We got momentum going, and as we developed the momentum, the players came to life. I mean, we sort of created our own fire, so to speak, and rest is history.
Well, Coach, like a good racehorse, your Wildcats really came through there towards the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, and won the game. Nobody does it quite like they speak with their legs. B.J. Phillips had another big night, 18 carries, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns. Eli Stowers provided a spark on the ground as well, 121 yards on 13 carries, and really added the exclamation mark on that long touchdown run. I think the momentum really changed, though, after the safety by Rowan Briggs. Once you got that safety, you could just tell the mojo was all Geyer.
Yeah, for sure. That was the play of the game. It really was. And we're sure proud of the way the defense played in the second half, the effort they played with. And then that was definitely a catalyst for sure. I know we had made it 21-10, and they went on a long drive. They didn't score, but I remember thinking, there's 2 minutes to go in the third quarter at that point in time. And I remember thinking, I don't know, as methodical as this game is going, I'm not sure we're even going to have time to come back. And from that point forward, we come back and score 23 points. Really proud of our kids.
Yeah, it was awesome to hear the comeback at the end for sure. I had several of my golfing teammates huddled around to listen. We missed a good part of the first half. I only caught the last couple of minutes. We had a dinner and everything, so it was exciting. Well, your final regular season game is a 2 p.m. start on the road at Little Elm. What I want to know from you, Coach, is it difficult to keep these guys focused during the Thanksgiving week? I mean, I know there's a little air of coolness about playing the game or still being in contention, but still there's a lot of distractions for the holiday week.
Yeah, Rick, I think I'm probably going to be able to answer that question a little bit better after the game on Friday. I mean, priority number one for us is to start better. And so we've certainly got high expectations. As I told our kids, with no disrespect to Little Elm, this game has nothing to do with Little Elm for us. It has 100% has to do with us, and it has to do with us playing better. Little Elm is a team that certainly can give us some issues, and they've given other people issues this year. They took Allen to the wire this year at their place. The quarterback threw for 500 yards in that game, so they are certainly capable. But I am concerned about how we play on Friday. So our expectations are high for our players, and we're not a team that can afford a letdown. We haven't played well enough to have that opportunity. And for us to come into form and play as well as we're going to have to play come playoff time, we've got to play well in this game. And there's just no margin for error for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And plus, on top of having some skill, like you said, Little Elm comes into this one with really just pride to play for at 2-6. And that always has to concern you when a team has skill and nothing to lose.
Oh, without question. They're coming off an open week. And so they spent an open week working on the Geyer Wildcats. And there's always, in a situation like this where a team's had an extra week and they really don't have, playoffs to play for, there's no telling what we're going to see. I mean, there's certainly going to be an element of surprise on Friday. We may see anything from them offensively or defensively.
Well, Coach, you've had several players out of action the last few weeks, kind of nurturing some injuries and things of that nature. Is your plan to, if they're ready to go, rest them this week, or would you like to see them in action? Is it important for a high school athlete to get those reps prior to the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's important to get reps. I think it is, and I think anybody that's capable of playing on Friday is going to play on Friday. And again, we just haven't, we haven't really earned that right at this point in time, because we're not playing championship football yet. And so I think anybody that's capable of playing is going to play. Now, the thing about it is we've got kids that have been out with injury, and some of those guys aren't going to be ready to come back. And we're not going to roll a kid out there in a game that doesn't have any implications in terms of playoffs. We're not going to roll a kid out there that's not ready to play, or that we're is compromised in terms of health. And so we've got to find that balance. But for sure, I mean, we're certainly showing up Friday to win the game.
Anything jumping out on film? I know you've had a couple of days now to focus in on the Little Elm Lobos. Anything jumping out at you in the film sessions, and what we can expect from Little Elm this week?
The thing to me that stands out about them is that they have really, really good skill players on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. They're a man cover secondary, and they're really good. It allows them to play an extra hat in the box. So, they've been at times this year, they've been really good defending the run. I know the week they played Denton Braswell, they'd only given up one explosive run all season, and that was, I think Braswell was game 6 or game 7. They'd given up one explosive run all season, and now Braswell cracked the code a little bit. Allen certainly cracked the code, and they had some big runs. And then McKinney Boyd had 2 or 3 big runs in their last game. But up until that point, they've been very good because they just throw so many hats at you in the box because they feel good about their ability to play man coverage. Obviously with our injury situation right now, we're not as explosive at receiver as we'd like to be. And so that's going to be a challenge for us Friday is we're going to have to find ways to beat man coverage. Sometimes you got to trick things up a little bit to be able to get guys free. And so that's what we're trying to do this week. You'll see some different motions from us, some different alignments this week in an effort to set our kids up for success against man coverage. And then their offensive skill kids, again, they threw for 500 yards against Allen, and their ability to catch the football and make a play is about as good as anybody that we've seen this year. So they definitely pose some problems for the opponents.
Well, Coach, we love to throw you off base a little bit with the lighthearted question, but of the week. But I think this one, it's obvious given the time of year what I might be getting ready to ask you. So here it comes, and it comes in 2 parts. Where will you be celebrating this Thanksgiving holiday, and what does the Thanksgiving feast consist of at the Webb family table?
Both great questions. So we are going together as a family, and I know that's there are a lot of people right now encouraging people not to do that. We're going to do it very safely. Yeah, my family all lives in the Rockwall area, so we're going to be back with them, and we'll all gather at my sister's house. She's got a big house there, and with a big yard, and the weather's supposed to be nice, so we're going to get outside and have a little Thanksgiving picnic and be out in the open air. And the Webb family Thanksgiving, because I come from a big family, so there will be 30 plus people there because I've got 2 brothers, 2 sisters. They've all got kids, and then their grandkids at this point in time. So there's going to be a bunch of people there, and it's just a potluck. So there's always more food than we can eat, and it's never as healthy as you want it to be. And I'll always take a nap after eating much turkey, So that's going to be it. As far as like my favorite family dish, man, I could go a lot of different directions. But there's a corn casserole. I don't even know who makes it, but somebody makes it every year. There's a corn casserole, and there's a green bean casserole that I'm partial to. So I always get like 1 extra spoonful of that. And then dessert-wise, there's always a peach cobbler. And so you can't beat peach cobbler.
No, that's a man.
So as long as those dishes are there, I'm good. Yeah.
Well, Coach, just a tag team on that one. A little Bluebell ice cream that goes on the warmed-up peach cobbler?
Oh, without a doubt. Homemade vanilla. And you just can't beat peach cobbler and homemade vanilla, right? So
no doubt.
And will you be wearing stretchy pants? We know we probably will. Rick and I will at our house, I'm sure. So
definitely.
Yeah, stretchy pants, or I may just have to go with like athletic shorts or something, because you got to plan ahead for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, Coach, back to football. Last question. Rick and I are talking about a Geyer victory Friday afternoon. And, Rick, you and I might have a turducken there in the booth. What do you think?
Definitely.
Something like that? Yeah, turducken.
On the John Madden style.
Yeah. What will it take from your team, to get it done? You mentioned there's going to have to be a couple players step up and step out and maybe some new roles or haven't played a whole lot. What's it going to take for a Geyer victory Friday afternoon?
Well, John, I think two things stick out to me. One of them is the point you just touched on, that we are continually having to rely on kids to step up that haven't necessarily been in the fray. Ryan Yates is a guy this week. Deuce is not going to be suited up for us, and Ryan Yates is a guy that's going to be playing corner, and it's a great opportunity for him to step up among other guys. And then I think the other thing is a fast start. I think that's clearly, like, everybody knows. And I'm not running from it or hiding from it. We have got to learn how to start games faster. We've dug ourselves too many holes that we've barely been able to climb out of. So I think that's the other thing. And then that's going to be our number one priority, is to jump on them fast on Friday.
That'll do it for this edition of the Coach Rodney Webb Show. Coach Webb, best wishes Friday afternoon, and good luck on the road at Little Elm.
Hey, I want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving and also a happy Festivus.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the turf Friday.
Go Wildcats.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Go Wildcats.
Geyer football fans, we are live. We're going to pause for our national anthem. You're tuned in the Geyer Football Radio Network.
Well, here we are again, sports fans, Geyer Wildcat fans, here for the final regular season game of the year. I'm Rick Threlkill, joined by my partner in crime. How are you doing there, John?
Hey, welcome. I'm technically producing today as well, Rick. So I'm going to actually, we're going to give the mics to a lot today to Quincy Horde and Luke Piper, who's joining us, two Geyer alumni. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Geyer Football Radio Network.
Hey, guys, what do you have to say for yourselves today? You a little nervous on the mic, or looking forward to your first experience here?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it feels good to be back to watch a Geyer game. It's going to be new, seeing the Rodney Webb era start off. But I'm excited. I'm excited to just watch some football with me and Quincy here.
Quincy, you good to be joined by a partner here. You get a little bit more mic time this week. You excited?
Yeah, a little bit more airtime. I am pretty excited. But I'm pretty excited for a Geyer football win today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it, and we're ready for the kickoff here. Get the picture. Beautiful afternoon, rare Friday afternoon game today against your Geyer Wildcats. They're in the white with those gleaming silver helmets. They'll kick off as they won the toss and elected to defer. The Lobos of Little Elm are all in blue with those really cool the replicas of the Naval Academy helmets.
They look just like it.
Yeah, and Geyer will start off with an onside kick, and it is fielded at about the 36-yard line over there by number 21, Bryson Hunter. And we will start off with the Lobos, 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line.
See, Little Elm will be going against the wind, so it's going to be difficult to pass here. Let's see if they'll probably just end up pounding the rock.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little difficult for us, too, as we open up right by the band here. Junior quarterback, number 4, John Mateer. In the shotgun, got trips to the left. And a little bit of motion inside. Lobo's going to start with a quick pitch on the right side. That is number 5, Jason Jackson, and he's going to get out for a gain of about 4.
Pitch to the weak side. I would have gone to where there's more people, but that's just me.
Gain on that play of about 2.5.
About, yeah, 2.
It's like we might have is there a flag on the play, guys?
Flag. There's
A lot of discussion, yeah.
Maybe holding or...
Yeah, it's got to be holding on Little Elm. Motion.
It's a legal formation.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the referee's call on that, and he really wasn't very profound in his statement.
Use your chest,
I think he's a little bit cold too. Here, Mateer again in the shotgun. This time he's got 2 backs. Sends number 1, Joseph, in motion to the left side. Now he's set, snap, and fake, and fire quickly out here to 1. Joseph, it's complete. Gain on the play, maybe 2 as a Wildcats swarm that. Check that line. Let's see. It is number 3, Powell.
Looks like number 17, Jaden Fugit on that tackle as well.
Second down, gain on the play of about 4, almost back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 11 here for the Lobos. Mateer again with motion, now fake, going to fire quickly outside. That's the number 8, and he is brought down in the backfield. Super one-on-one tackle there. That's 3, Jaden Powell. He knocked him down for a loss of about 5 yards.
What a hit. You read that like a book. Just get in the backfield and blowing that play up before it even started.
Not a whole lot of plays in the old playbook that are successful from 3rd and 15, but let's see if the Lobos can pull one out here. Mateer again in the shotgun, got trips down here, back looking, steps up in the pocket, going to roll to the right side. Now he's going to take off and run, and he's not going to go very far.
Jackson Foster on that tackle.
Yeah, tackle over there by 16, Jackson Foster. Gain on that play is maybe 4 yards. 4th down and 11, and the Lobos, a whole lot of noise to lose 1 yard, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult all day. Just going against the wind. We'll see how this punt plays out, but
yeah, 22 Peyton Bowen back to return for the Wildcats.
See if we can get a little house call action.
High snap.
There's a punt short. High punt.
That's going to go about 10 yards. Not even.
All right, here we go. That ball is out of bounds. About the 43-yard line. That was about a 9-yard punt there for the Lobos, and the Wildcats will take over in their first possession, and they will start in Lobo territory. Let's see what that lineup looks like. From our conversation this week with Coach Webb, they're down several key players. Looks like B.J. Phillips from the running back spot's going to be out in the slot on the right, going to take a quick pitch out to the right. Now we're going to throw back to Stowers, and he's going to throw to a wide-open Cy Stovall, and then he has caught it, and he will score.
Flag on the play.
Open up the game with a little trickery.
Hey, guys, make sure you don't talk during the middle of the play. Wait till the play's over, and then comment. Everybody's live, so wait till the play's over, and then I'll give you time.
I thought I was still calling.
Okay, let's see what we got on that after razzle-dazzle, and everybody's all over the place. Looks like we may have had Now, this is a big one. Let's check this call. Let's see if the referee will actually come out, guys, and make a call this time.
Seriously, he needs to come out, use his chest, no? Tell us what he's feeling.
Still no signal. 15-yard penalty, though. It's going to be 1st and 25 for the Wildcats. 4 Noble in motion. Got a hand on the right side, and that's big 27. B.J. Phillips pounding it in there. He's going to gain about 4.
He's trying to get a little back. Maybe try to get a little reasonable 3rd down here.
Yeah, and you got the wind blowing 100 miles an hour. I can't hear myself talk. Now back 3, going to throw deep, and he's got a wide open receiver, and it is caught. Little underthrown, but a nice catch by 5, Jace Wilson, and it is all the way down to the Lobo 20-yard line.
Good play by Jace Wilson on coming back on that ball, adjusting. Great play.
Sure was. Wildcats got to get up there and go fast. Trips up on the left side, going to take hand inside, B.J. Phillips, and not a lot to go there. Gain of about 1.5 yards as he gets pounded right up the middle. All right, here we go. Now going to throw out on the right side, 5, Jace Wilson. He's got a momentum, head of steam, and he's down to right about the 10. That's close to a 1st down. Now they're going to get him marked out on about the 11.
This offense is moving fast. I like it. Trying to get some points on the board here.
Yeah, and in a windy game like this, you can try to take all you can get.
Stowers now looks to the sidelines, got some late substitution as Wilson comes off. I think he got a little bit of a stinger there on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to see, especially from one of your better receivers.
All right, Stowers going to send Noble in motion now. Going to throw, hand straight inside to Phillips, and he bangs down inside the 10 to about the 8. That'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Tackle on there by number 30. That's Isaiah Brooks for the Lobos. Guys now going to get in that little sugar huddle. You don't see them huddle often.
They look comfortable handing off the rock. I don't see why they just do that. Pound the ball in right here.
Yeah, motion. Now going to take fake. And Stowers will keep on the left side, and he'll walk into the end zone untested. Nice play there. Little misdirection on the crossover motion, and Stowers just takes it right in for a Wildcat touchdown with 7:57 to go here in the 1st quarter.
They sure did make that look easy.
Yeah.
And through the cicada of the drums, we got a snap, we got a hold, and the kick is up and good. And as we'll take a little break here for a little commercial information, Geyer Wildcats 7 and the Lobos yet to score.
Thinking of buying or selling your home? Lisa Morris and Shannon Piper with the Cloud Realty team have been serving the DFW area for over 15 years. They specialize in residential buying, residential selling, and work with investors all over the Metroplex. Call them today at 469-300-1109 or go to txcloudrealty.com and check out their 5-star reviews. Contact Lisa and Shannon today to find your next dream home.
The law office of Kimberly N. Shanklin voted the best criminal law office in Denton County 6 years in a row. She and her team are focused on family law and select criminal cases.
All right, here we go back to live action. Wildcats set to kick off here again with the wind at their backs. Let's see if they take advantage of it here and give us some sort of longer kick. And they do. This one's going deep, and this one will go back and through the end zone. And the Lobos will start from their own 25-yard line. Guys, that was a quick drive there from the Wildcats. Not something that we've not really uncommon from them so far this year.
Yeah, about a minute 11, 1 minute 11 second drive on that one.
Yeah, a little nice mix of run and pass.
Yeah, they're keeping them off balance. I like how they're continually motion.
Yeah, here we go. Now Mateer in the shotgun. Now he's going to look and hand inside. And a little hole there as running back spurts through for a gain on that play of about 5. Quincy, you got a number on that tackle?
Yeah, Jackson Foster, number 16 on that one. We've been calling his name all year. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the playoffs.
Yeah, here we go. 2nd down and 5 for the Lobos. Mateer joined this time in the backfield by 23, Jalen Sessions. Snap, and he drops straight back looking. He's going to fire out on the right side, and that is incomplete. An aggressive move there by the cornerback. You know, one thing you're going to notice right off the way this week, if you're looking out on the field, is the absence of number 2, Deuce Harmon. And unfortunately, I believe Deuce is gone for the year with a back injury. I don't think it's anything serious enough to affect his bright future at A&M, but we're going to miss number 2 for sure. Toss on the right side, 23 Sessions, and he pounds it in there for 6 yards and a first down.
Yeah, that's number 21, Ryan Yates, on that tackle.
Good play.
Yeah.
Just put his head down and got the first.
Yeah, well, they'll need a big game from 21 because, as we were just talking about, Ryan Yates is filling in for 2 Deuce Harmon. Those are big shoes to fill, Luke.
Yeah, they'll probably attack him all day and just they need to get his feet wet. But
yeah, it's Mateer now. Looks like he's directing a little bit of traffic. He got quads up on the right side, all in a bunch formation. Snap almost over his head. The ball's loose. And I believe the Wildcats might have it. Nobody hit him. Did you see what happened on that, Luke? Nobody hit him. Looked like the ball just popped out.
Maybe with the QB, like a...
Yeah, I'm not sure he ever got control of that snap. The snap was high, and I don't think he ever got control of the ball. Any way you look at it, the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10, and that is not what the doctor ordered for the Lobos.
Weird formation with quads to the weak side.
Yeah, short side of the field. That was odd.
That was weird.
Looked like one of those middle school formations. It's like a Lantana Wildcat formation there. All right, here we go. Stowers again. Snap, and this time Ty Aldridge on the right side. He's got a big hole, and there he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Ty Aldridge. Unfortunately, we got a flag and a hold, and that one doesn't surprise me that much because, Luke, I think I could have run through that hole.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. They might have caught you down.
Yeah,
but.
maybe you ran me down, but I don't know if there was holding on that play. There might have been tackling on that play. Looked like the whole left side of the Lobo line just disappeared. Well, here we go again. That'll
second touchdown being called back today, but
yeah, that'll knock about 10 or 11 yards off of that play. And the way they marked that ball, it must have called that on the receiver downfield. That's unfortunate because really not anybody in the way. That now I'm going to fake, and again, there goes Stowers on the right side. He gets a corner and just cannot stay in bounds inside the 20-yard line, though. Nice little scamper by 3 Stowers. And you can really see these last few weeks him getting his legs back underneath him.
This is probably one of the fastest I've ever seen him. Just being able to come back from that injury is just...
Yeah, we got motion. 20 Aldridge this time going to fake again. Run the same play, same results. And this time, Stowers will walk into the end zone. Gain on that is 17 yards and a Wildcat touchdown.
I don't know about y'all, but I didn't think the Gar Wildcat offense is kind of making it look easy right now.
Yeah, they really are. They're not even having to put the ball up in the air much.
They're just running all over this team.
All right. We can hear through this gale force wind. We got a snap, we got a hold, and the kick is up, and the kick is once again perfect. And with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter, your Wildcats up on top 14-0. And now another message from our sponsor.
The law office of Kimberly N. Shanklin voted the best criminal law office in Denton County 6 years in a row. She and her team are focused on family law and select criminal cases. As a proud Wildcat herself, she will offer any member of the Gower community a free initial consultation. Kimberly's primary objective is to deliver outstanding results for each of her clients in the most cost-effective manner possible. For more information and to schedule a consultation, visit shanklinlawfirm.com or call her office at 940-382-8800. 8,
Yeah,
2,
about
1,
knowing,
6.
getting, your timing down on everything. All right, now we're back live here at Lobo Stadium, and guys, this is it's not typical to have, heavy wind here during the day. It's just not typical also to be playing at 2:00 in the afternoon. I think we're used to the wind dying down a little bit and not facing this heavy Texas wind that I guess we actually see all the time here in December.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help that we're also right next to the lake here a little while. So.
Yeah, that's also true. This time is one of those deep sort of blooping kicks. This time's fielded by the Lobos, and they are going to stretch that thing just out over the 20. Tackled over there by a host of Wildcats. Quincy, you get a number, led that thing?
Yeah, it looks like number 22, Peyton Bone, was in on that one.
Yeah, and that's where the Lobos will take over as they mark the ball down on the 23-yard line. Luke, this time they had a little bit of success early in the first couple plays before they shot themselves in the foot. Let's see if the Lobos come out here. You still got 6 minutes and 42 seconds to run into this win. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, they got plenty of time left in the game, obviously, but I mean with the way this offense is going, with the Gyre offense, they need to start moving quick, or they might be packing their bags soon.
Yeah, they need to move the ball and run some clock. This time looked like
snap.
That time they were in the wild Lobo formation. I love to say that craziness. If you got what if your team is like the Turtles? Are you in the wild turtle formation too?
The wild tortoise?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway, that was a Wildcat formation there, but everybody moved except for the center. All right, here we go. First and 15 now.
Looks like they got John Mateer on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're going to stick in that Wildcat formation. 23 Sessions by himself in the backfield. Trips out here on the left, and he's going to take it and run right up the middle. And there's a big hole there, and he jumps through there for about 6 or 7 yards.
He has pretty good vision on the run, jumping back to his left. Get a couple yards, making the second down a little more manageable.
Cooper Lands came up from the line to make that tackle. Another big name that we've been calling out all year.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like Mateer is back on the field. We'll go back to a conventional set here. Second down and about 8. For any of you Longhorn fans, it's 20 to 16 Longhorns, a Texas lead, but it's late in the game, 1 minute and 38 seconds. And Iowa State is running the ball at will inside the 5-yard line. The Texas Longhorns. This is battle for the Big 12 championship game right here. I think the loser of this one will probably be out of the running. Well, certainly Texas would be out of the running. I guess Iowa State did beat Oklahoma, so they've got
Texas would have
tiebreaker.
3 losses.
Still a minute and something left in that game, though.
Yeah.
So
I'm just waiting for the year Texas will finally be back to those Vince Young days, but.
All right, they quads again to this short left side. Mateer back, looking, firing, and it is overthrown and intercepted. A diving interception by 17, Jaden Fugit, as the ball went just off the fingertips of number 1. That is Josh Joseph. Ball just slightly overthrown there, and again, the Lobos will turn it over quickly, and the Wildcats will take over with a short field. First and 10 at the Lobo 40.
I think that one just kind of goes to show this Wildcat secondary is just so good. Even with Deuce Harmon being out, you still have a lot of playmakers out there in that secondary.
They're really athletic all across the board. I mean, even that play was a little overthrown, and he had to just kind of have a quick reaction and dive for it to pick it off. So,
yeah, here they go. We got short stack formation. Now we're going to send the receiver in motion. Stowers looking. Now going to throw quickly out here on the right, and it is complete. That is number 34, Bryson Riggs. That's sophomore receiver. Little water bug catches it, gains about 6 or 7 yards. Good job there by Eli as he had to check down to his secondary receivers. Riggs gets himself open. Now quickly, Wildcats back to the line. Again in that stack right formation. Briggs again in motion. And again on the catch. And this time he is eaten up in the backfield for a loss. Not very good throw from Stowers as he threw it behind him and he made him stop. If he throws that out in front of him, I think he can run by that receiver, or by the defender.
It's like 3rd and 9.
Maybe a little slant over the middle to Jace Wilson, your big receiver.
I've seen a lot of motions today.
All
right, Jace again in motion. Now going to take and hand inside Ty Aldridge, and he bounces through the hole, and he is running free inside the 25-yard line. Late flag in there. Maybe a face mask. I'm not sure what that call is going to be. I don't know what. I'm not sure what else you could call. Maybe a horse tackle there.
Geez, that might be the 6th or 7th flag already thrown today.
Yeah, let's see. We catch this call from the referee because it sure won't last long. Yeah, face mask in there. Anytime you see something like that, a late flag come in when there's no offensive players but the runner, it's almost 100% of the time either a face mask or a horse collar, some sort of illegal tackle.
Yeah, that's exactly what Little Elm didn't need. Down 14-0, 4:16 left in the first quarter. Can't really get anything started.
They just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, this thing's all the way down now to about the 12-yard line. Geyer again going to get in that sugar huddle. Run a little bit of clock here. Stowers going to take and hand inside. Nice little shuffle move there. Hesitation by 20, Ty Aldridge. Let some of that traffic clear, and he gains about 4 yards just inside the 8.
A lot of motions on this offense. It's kind of refreshing to see all these little jet sweeps. And
yeah, we did hear from Coach Webb, and that was one of the things that he talked about this week is having a little bit more motion. Now Aldridge on the left side, and he is going to walk into the end zone. 20, Ty Aldridge. He scores and puts the Wildcats up 20-0, guys, with just 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and it has been an eruption of Wildcat points so far.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that this Little Elm team took Allen to the wire at Allen, like Coach Rodney Webb said in the Coach Rodney Webb show. But right now, this Geyer offense is just kind of having their way doing what they want to do with this Little Elm defense.
Yeah, now they're going to fake this over the top of the head, and it is going to get to the. Oh, it did not make it.
Oh, just short.
Just a little bit of a refrigeration repairman there from the kicker trying to run that in. I think he had an hour and a half to get in the end zone, and he needed a day and a half.
Had a little Penn State moment there trying to reach for the pylon.
Yeah, I'm not going to say he should stick to kicking because he's great at it, but he should stick to kicking because he's great at it. No, I'm
good play, really good snap over there. Flip over the head. That was.
I know. I'm sorry if Mrs. Mayfield is listening to the game broadcast tonight. I'm a big fan of your son as a kicker, and sorry to play a little fun there. Michael's got a very bright future kicking for somebody at the next level, no doubt.
Yeah, he's got a great leg. I saw him. He was kicking 50-yarders with ease with this wind.
Yeah, I think John and I actually earlier in the year saw him make one from 61 yards before the game. Yeah, I think definitely anything inside 55 yards, I think Coach Webb would try it if it meant winning the game.
Right.
All right. Good. Still 3 minutes and 35 seconds for the Lobos to navigate that win. And it's hard to really explain to people that aren't out here at the stadium how hard the wind is blowing. And it is straight down the pipe here from left to right. Mayfield again, they're going to kick this one. This is deep again, and it'll go over the receiver's head and into the end zone. And they'll start from their 25. Update on that Iowa State-Texas game. You got 1 minute, 25 seconds. Iowa State did score a touchdown. They're up 23-20, and senior Sam Elliger will have one shot here for the Longhorns.
See if we can have a little Texas moment.
I think he after coming back from that Tech game, I think he can come back.
Yeah, I just got a note from our producer, John Piper, this week. It's 63 degrees at game time and 20-mile-per-hour winds, guys, and I feel every bit of it.
No kidding.
It feels like it's 43 degrees up here as we got an open-air booth here. All right, Mateer now going to take it and drop straight back looking, and he's got to step up in the pocket, roll to his right, and run out of room and time. And he is dropped over there by...
It's like number 22, or number 33, Marquand Pope on that tackle.
33, Marquand Pope that time.
His receivers just aren't getting open. He's dropping back, and he's just having to scramble, kind of trying to make something happen on his own.
Yeah, this is a very talented QB. He has almost 2,000 passing yards this season, so... A lot of talent coming out of this Little Elm offense.
He did an excellent job there, stepping up in the pocket and moving to get himself time. He just couldn't get anybody to be open. All right, now going to hand off inside. A little nice move there from the Lobo back. That's 5. Jason Jackson, and a little jump move in the hole, and he's going to pick up about 8 and get him ahead of the chains. That's good. 3rd down and 2. Luke, I think it's critical they make a first down here.
Oh yeah, they need a little, at least some life.
Yeah, they got to just keep the Wildcats offense on the sidelines. 2 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Mateer going to take and snap and roll to his left, and he's going to run outside and get the first down. Good job by the young quarterback, junior. That was another high snap.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 he's had, and one cost him a fumble, so maybe he needs to the QB needs to get onto the center a little bit.
Yeah, Mateer, not a big guy. Pretty athletic, though. 6 foot and about 175 pounds, junior.
Big arm.
All right, now in quads and by himself in the backfield. Mateer going to fire quickly out on the left side, and nice move. That's number 9, Cameron Taylor Butler. As he avoided number 11, number 11, Parham out there in coverage and scooted up for a gain of about 6. But he's 2nd down and 4. Clock still rolling. That is one thing that Little Elm just desperately has to do is chew some clock up here. Mateer going to take another high snap, little shovel pass, and nice little hole on the left side. Gain on that play is almost 13 yards. That'll be a first down. Check that number. That is 8. Is that number 8? Yeah, number 8, Jonas Garrett.
Little Elm starting to move the ball a little bit. It's good to finally see them with a little bit of
try to make
a little bit of offense.
Yeah, try to make a game of this. All right, Mateer now back looking, and he's going to fire deep on the right side. He's got a receiver open, and it is complete. And still running. Wait a minute, they're going to mark him out of bounds. Where they marked that down right at about the 11-yard line. Is that number 28?
Yes, sir.
Big 28, Walter Roddy White.
And Luke, just as you predicted, they're kind of picking on number 21, Ryan Yates, over there on the side.
What a beautiful throw, honestly. Back shoulder into the wind, a little Aaron Rodgers-esque, huh?
Yeah, Yates actually had pretty good coverage there, and just got to make a play. Young, that's when you say you're young. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is just actually making a play on the ball.
Right.
There's that little shovel pass inside to Jonas Garrett again. That time the Wildcats covered it a little bit better. Gain on the play still, though, is about 3 yards.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if this Gauer defense can kind of try to make a little bit of a red zone stop here, a little bit of a gut check deep inside the first quarter.
Yeah, what's funny about this defense? It's been a little bit up and down. They've had moments where they've played, really, really well, and then other moments where they really lost their gap integrity and given up a lot of yardage on the run. Now up top to Roddy White, and touchdown. And that time, young 21 Ryan Yates just got outmatched for that ball. Little bit, Yates a little bit, or not quite physical enough. This 28, this Roddy White kid is an impressive-looking receiver.
Very.
Big kid to go up and get at the highest point.
6'1", about 180-pound junior. Long arms, too. And the Lobos now, they cut the lead. They still have 20-6 on the board. I might have missed it. I certainly didn't think we missed that extra point. It looked like it was right in the middle of the uprights.
The fake.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I missed it. I forgot. I forgot about the fake extra point. All right, well, here we go. 38 seconds to go, and it looks like the Lobos have tried to make it a game here. Now let's see if they can get a stop on defense. That may be that might be a bigger accomplishment even than moving the ball down there and scoring.
Yeah, but Guyer's going to be going against the wind, so let's see. They're going to have to stick to running it, which they haven't really had too much trouble doing all day, but let's see. Maybe Little Elm now has a little bit of life with a touchdown.
Yeah, 2-possession game.
All right, Lobos now will kick this time into the wind, and I'll be really curious to see what we see here on this kick. I doubt you'll see anything get too far up in the air. But
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a squib or an onside type deal. Try to keep it low.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You have here, and actually they did, and that thing almost got loose on 34. Riggs there, but excellent job by the young sophomore as he came flying up and fielded that ball just about the 18-yard line.
Ball really held up in the air.
Yeah, that
right
was
there.
almost like a little half wedge there.
It's a pretty solid kick going into the wind.
All right, you got 37 seconds to go, and there goes their two deep.
It is a wind tunnel.
As the
here in
wind just
Little Elm.
ripped Quincy's two deep, or excuse me, is that your...
That's my chart.
That's your play chart.
Yeah.
So so much for his ability to do anything worth a dog here the rest of the first quarter. It really is, guys. It's really, I don't know if our fans, it is really hard to describe how fast or how hard the wind is blowing. All right, now we got Jackson Arnold in the game just before half, and he takes a huge lick over there by number 7, Keyshawn Mills. I'm not sure if Stowers is okay. It's sort of odd to see him out of the ball game. I checked the sidelines. I didn't notice anything there, but this is sort of odd timing. That motion, and Arnold going to take and fake and look, and he's going to throw it deep down the field, and it is incomplete. And that will end the first quarter of play here as Wildcats throw incomplete. I will send this to our sponsors for a commercial timeout, and thanks for standing by.
Thinking of buying or selling your home? Lisa Morris and Shannon Piper with the Cloud Realty team have been serving the DFW area for over 15 years. They specialize in residential buying, residential selling, and work with investors all over the Metroplex. Call them today at 469-300-1109 or go to txcloudrealty.com and check out their 5-star reviews. Contact Lisa and Shannon today to find your next dream home.
The law office of Kimberly N. Shanklin voted the best criminal law office in Denton County 6 years in a row. She and her team are focused on family law and select criminal cases. As a proud Wildcat herself, she will offer any member of the Geyer community a free initial consultation. Kimberly's primary objective is to deliver outstanding results for each of her clients in the most cost-effective manner possible. For more information and to schedule a consultation, visit shanklinlawfirm.com or call her office at 940-382-8216.
All right, here we go. We're back live, and Jackson Arnold again in the game for the Wildcats, and he's scrambling to his left and nowhere to go, and that'll be 4th down, and Wildcats will have to punt into an ugly wind. And boy, has things changed here quickly with that last scoring drive, and then a 3-and-out for a Wildcats, and then somehow you see in there a quarterback is on the sidelines.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with him. He's kind of doesn't look like he's being stretched out or anything. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Hopefully nothing serious. I mean, it seems a little bit early to just be taking him out of the game, being up 13 points. So
yeah, maybe a little bit of cramping or something like that. Wildcats here going to punt, and they got it off, and it is straight up into that wind and not going anywhere. Actually going to bounce all the way back down to about the 36 or 37 yard line.
Geez, kicking it to the wind, you might as well just go for it. I mean, I haven't seen it. I saw a kick of 7 yards and 15 yards, if that. So, hey, maybe sling it down the field to your big receiver.
Yeah, I no doubt if I was them, I'd find a way to get 28 the ball for sure. Got 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in half. Ball is on the 37.5-yard line. Mateer in a shotgun. He's by himself. And he's going to take it and drop straight back and looking and fire on the right side, and that's high and incomplete. Again, going for 28.
Looks like they went there for number 9, still picking on number 21, Ryan Yates in coverage. Looks like they're going to try to test him, see if the young DB has anything to show.
Yeah, here's an update from Austin. You got 3 seconds to go in the game. Iowa State up 23-20. And it looks like Texas is going to kick a field goal from somewhere around San Antonio. I'm not sure. But it's almost at midfield. Handoff on the left side. And that play didn't go very far. 2-yard gain. Knocked down quickly by 7, Cooper Lands.
3rd and 10, they'll probably just test Watts again. He's on an island. Let's see if they'll attack him again.
All right, Mateer again by himself in the backfield. Going to drop straight back. Look, firing out on the right side. It is complete again to him. 28 cuts inside, and he is running open inside the 15-yard line. And he just looks like a man among boys out there. 28, Roddy White. Just made a good catch, but just stepped inside. And acceleration, Luke.
Yeah, caught the ball.
Big guy.
Caught the ball at the line of scrimmage and just made a few dudes miss. Then kicked into 4th gear.
He's a lanky kid, too. I mean, he's not like a jitterbug kind of receiver, but, boy, he hit the jets there. All right, Mateer again in the shotgun, going to take this time, going to fake and look and fire across the middle. Oh, my goodness.
He was wide open.
Wide open. He had number 1, Josh Joseph, standing by himself in the backfield.
Was looking more towards the left, looking for that slant. Then last second, I think kind of saw him and kind of maybe freaked out a little bit and slung it over his head.
Texas just missed a 57-yard field goal about 1.5 feet to the left. Just an unbelievable effort from the kicker there. And I wasn't kidding when I said they kicked it from San Antonio, and that'll end the game. Iowa State going to win that one 23-20. It looks like we will have Oklahoma and Iowa State in the Big 12 title game. Mateer now going to throw it up in the end zone again for 28, and that is an excellent play by young 21 Yates there. He's learning. I tell you, I might go back to that same play though if I'm the Little Elm Lobos.
Yeah, and looking at this Lobo offense deep in the red zone, that missed 2-point conversion for the Wildcats might come back to bite them, because if the Lobos convert here, it makes it a 6-point
game. Yeah. All right, 3rd down now and about 10, I guess it is. 3rd down and 10. Yep. Mateer again by himself in the backfield. Got that trips formation here on the right. Now we're going to go in motion. And back looking in there. He is wide open. Touchdown. They went right back to that same play. They sent a man in motion on the left, flood that short zone and just sent a receiver crosser. That's that's Cameron Taylor Butler. And he was wide open, Luke, all by himself in the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like they just don't have an answer for that play. I mean, teams of the past have been hurt by these passing QBs who can kind of just throw it all over the place. So, hey, we got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, you notice a big piece back there. 6 Jordan Eubanks is not playing either in your secondary. So what was such a strength early in the year now beginning to be a little difficult for the Wildcats as they have to go to some young guys. They're going to have to step up and make some plays here. But one thing for certain here with 9 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the first half is the Lobos from Little Elm don't plan on going anywhere.
Yeah, they haven't had the greatest of season so far, so they really have nothing to lose. They're coming out of their last home game of the year, just trying to give the fans one last show.
Yeah, let's see. You got 9 minutes for the Wildcats to struggle into this win, and let's see if we can get on a look on the sidelines if your senior quarterback still got his shoulder pads on.
I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see Jackson Arnold come out.
It looks
there.
like number 11 is up on the sidelines, ready to go. I mean, we'll see what happens when they run out onto the field. But clearly, number 11 is up there by Coach Webb. I did not see Stowers leave the field, so I don't. It doesn't seem to be a serious injury. I honestly, I don't know what happened. I didn't see it.
I don't even think that there was an injury. I mean, on those
It's just
on those last two scores, he kind of ran in untouched, unless it was some sort of cramp issue or
trying to find him right now with my binoculars.
All right, let's see what happens from your Lobo kicker here. See if he's going to take a leg lick at this thing and see if he can get it into the end zone with this wind.
Yeah, and proof for how windy it is, they need a placeholder here at the kickoff.
And he bombs that one that time. That ball was 8 yards deep into the end zone. And with 9 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the first half, the Wildcats will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, again into that vicious wind. And I'm not sure it's not picking up.
Feels like it. I mean, it just feels like we're in like a tornado almost.
And got a timeout on the field here. As the referee looks like they're going to put it on the opposite hash mark now. I guess you can choose if it's the ball goes through the end zone. I guess you can choose where you want to start it, just like an extra point. All right, Twins down here on the left side, and now Stowers back in the game. He's got a free play on the offsides, and he's going to go down the sidelines, and it is incomplete.
That's
that's going to get an interference penalty there. Heads up play by 3 Stowers. And I'm not sure if
yeah, the ball was thrown a little short, but it looked like when Bryson Riggs tried to come back to the ball, he was kind of cut off from the little corner.
It's a tough play on the corner because, I mean.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a ticky-tack call there to me.
Yeah.
But we'll take it, as that'll move the ball up 15 yards, as they'll decline the offsides penalty, take the interference, move the ball out to the 40-yard line. All right, 27, B.J. Phillips back in the game at tailback. Guys in that stack formation on the left. Stowers going to put forward Noble in motion and hand in the middle to Phillips, and he is stacked up. Nice job there by B.J. Phillips as he twists away, and he will pick up about 2 or 3 yards. The helmet from one of the Little Elm players rolls to the side, and he'll have to come off the field.
He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but that second effort must have some strong legs under him for pushing him to get about 3 or 4 more yards after.
Yep, now again, Noble in motion. Going to take and hand again to Phillips, and this time he is racked in the backfield, and he's going to lose almost 4 yards. Looks like we went one time to the well too many, and we're choking on the water there. That's going to be all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down, and we'll call it 10.5 yards. And Wildcats going to try to go quickly and catch him off guard, but the Lobos do get set up. Now timeout from their coach as he didn't like what he saw. And with 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go here, guys, right before we take this to our sponsors, anything that you guys see that the Wildcats need to get going here?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think maybe a little more creativity. I know we're seeing a lot of motion coming from the offense, but going up the middle on those 2 drives worked most of the time. But we might have to start switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe just pass it, maybe a few more passes. It seems like they're just kind of getting a little run heavy, and maybe looks like the Lobo defense is kind of keying in on it.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to let this Little Elm Lobo defense take the momentum away from your Gyre offense after you put up 20 straight.
Yeah, one thing I will say about the Lobos is I noticed out here on the field, I don't know if it's all the time, but you see guys like 28, Roddy White, and 23, Jalen Sessions playing on both sides of the ball. So, number 8 up there, Jonas Garrett also, playing on both sides. So you got to think your advantage is going to be big towards the end of the game. Now Stowers going to take the snap, look straight back, looking, now fires a duck across the middle, but it was complete, right on the money. I'm not sure. Did somebody hit his hand on that? That thing looked like it was fluttering. Like I think somebody might have hit Stowers' hands. He tried to release it, but it was right on the target. Number 4 there, Brody Noble, nice catching across the middle. Now he goes in motion, going to take and going to hand this time Phillips a little bit of a hole as he pops through there for a gain of about 4.5.
Yeah, we've been seeing Gyre kind of go over the middle with those passes all year, so I wonder now that that the wind is a factor. I wonder if we're going to start seeing those short to middle passes over the game.
Yeah, you'd think you'd have to do something with this heavy wind. Now they're going to take and right back to that same play. And Phillips is dragged down from behind. Looked like he was going to bust through for a big play there, and somebody got a hold of his jersey and slowed him down just long enough for everybody to grab him. And, yeah, that gain on the play is really only about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 3. That's a big play right here for the Wildcats. I'm quite sure you're in 4-down territory, so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him hammer this thing up the middle again.
Yeah, especially shave a little time off the clock.
Stowers going to take, and just as I say that, he throws a quick out here to Jace Wilson, and he burst up a gain of about 12 yards in a Wildcat. 1st down to about the 24-yard line.
That's a good pickup by number 34, Bryson Riggs, on that block on number 28.
Yeah, it's also a safe play out here. Still give yourself a chance on 4th down if it doesn't work. Wilson also a big target. Stowers going to take and going to hand up the middle, and Phillips nowhere to run. He just ran into a wave of blue jerseys there.
I'd like to see them with these. They keep doing these motion jet sweep. I like to see them actually give it to the receiver maybe once or twice.
Yeah, you'd think that something like that is coming. All right, here we go. Stowers on 2nd down and 8, going to send Phillips in motion and fake and keep himself and out that left side, and he'll score. Absolutely no one there. Eli Stowers, that's the 3rd time they've run that play. And Luke, exact same results each 3 times.
Yeah, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. So when you got an A&M stud like Stowers, I mean, just kind of give him the rock, let him do what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's almost like a little counter action off of that jet sweep. Quarterback just like a counter back to the left side, away from the motioning running back, and wide open hole there. I think Coach Webb must have picked something up in how they're defending that motion. Maybe they're sending someone man to coverage with that. We go trips on the top, and there's just no one there left. And we got more hot hats to block than they've got hats to defend. All right, 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go here, and now Wildcats back to a 2-touchdown lead. And critical for them to score into that wind. And exactly like you said, Quincy, they did it throwing short passes and mixing in a few runs.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we can get a Geyer stop here, a stop from Geyer's defense, and then you give it right back to the offense, maybe put up one more touchdown before half. It's a perfect scenario.
Yeah, this next 7 minutes could end up deciding the game. If Lobos come down and score, maybe get a stop. You got a one score game going into half, or Wildcats get a stop and just blow this thing right open.
All right, here we go. Let's again curious to see what kind of kick you're going to get here from the Wildcats as that wind just continues to rage against us up here. I see Quincy's got his play sheet. He's got both elbows and his sun-kissed orange down on top of his play sheet here.
I gotta make sure nothing blows away.
Yeah, you gotta just to explain the full thing here. Not only is the wind whipping, but we're sort of in a tunnel here on the mezzanine level. Our booth is open and it gets in here, and it's almost like a little tornado in here as it whips around. And they did try the little bloop kick there, and the Wildcats smartly came up, caught that ball on the 31-yard line. That's where they'll take over. 1st and 10, 7 minutes and 9 seconds left for the Lobos here, and let's see if they go back to trying to get the ball quickly into the hands of 28 Roddy White.
Roddy White's playing both ways, so might be a little tired, but if I was the offense coordinator for the Lobos, every play would just be get the ball to his hands.
Yeah, I think if I would only have plays that were to him. Actually, quarterback Keat on the right side, Mateer, and he has got nowhere to run as the Wildcats just swallowed him up.
Marquand Pope coming up on that tackle all the way from his defensive back spot.
Yeah, we've seen Marquand Pope come up and absolutely drop some bombs this year from that strong safety spot, and he really loves to stick it up there and run fit. All right, 2nd down and 13, we'll call it on that play, the loss of 3. Looks like the Lobos are in no big hurry here. Going to run some play clock down under 10 seconds here. Mateer by himself in the backfield again. A little bit of a low snap, but he's looking and in trouble, and he is going to go down. And that is 7 Cooper Lance as he beat the right tackle there and just came out of the blind side and whacked Mateer down inside the 20. Big play from the senior star, Cooper Lance.
It's absolutely manhandled. The tackle got to the QB and finished the job, wrapped him up, and took him down.
Future Baylor Bear.
It's going to be interesting to see him and his brother going up against it at it in a couple years.
Yeah, it will, and it's not like there's never been some elbows thrown in that household, I'm sure. And there he comes again, and it is caught. Oh, my goodness, what are they going to rule that? That was a tremendous play by 28 Roddy White as he went up to catch that ball, and he had it.
Number 22, Peyton Bowen.
And Peyton Bowen,
laid the wood.
Just hammered him. And Mateer took a huge hit from Cooper Lance right as he let go of that ball. And it looks like he's a little slow to get off the field, too. That would have almost an unbelievable play there by White.
Looked like he was going to come down with it. I think just the impact of the ground just took it out of him.
No doubt. He had the ball and got flipped. And punt. Now bad snap as it bounced. This time, big leg with the wind, and mistake by the Geyer return man, and that thing hits the ground, takes another bounce, and that will be a 61-yard punt from number 35. That's Tyson Bope, and that's a big mistake there for the Wildcat return man. You got to come up and fair catch that ball. And ball hit out on about the 40 and all the way down now to about the 27-yard line. That's a whole first down and a half, Luke.
Yeah, just come up, wave your hand. You know you can't get hit. Just make a secure catch, kind of like a can of corn in center field.
Yeah, it wasn't really that short either. I mean, he had plenty of time. Let's see if the Wildcats come out here winging this thing. 3. Stowers back again at quarterback. Twins left, stack formation, motion. Going to run that wheel route, and it is complete. Nice play there from the Wildcats.
A lot of hard hits in today's game. I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't seen any fumbles throughout today's game.
Yeah, you're right. Catch on that play was 20, Ty Aldridge. Nice little, if you noticed that little option route on the wheel there, and could have taken that up the sidelines if the linebacker squatted. Instead, he got some depth, and that time hog-tied. 20 Aldridge tried to run the trap inside, and big 78. That's Jax Brown just hog-tied him around the shoulder pads and threw him down.
Yeah, they're having real trouble running inside the tackles right now.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of big boys on that little defensive line.
No doubt, if you take Stowers' runs out of this game, really not a whole lot of run success. Now he's going to go right down the middle, wide open, 34, Riggs, and he caught it.
Great catch.
What a throw and catch.
That's what you call a dot right there.
34, Bryson Riggs running right through that post route, and Stowers put it right on the money. 52 yards from the Wildcats and a first down to the 25-yard line of the Lobos as the clock runs inside of 5 minutes. Now going to take and hand right inside. Aldridge, this time a little bit of a hole. Can't get out of the way of his own man there. 46, Dylan Rivera kind of bumped into him. Looked like there was a hole going to open up there, and again, this scrappy Lobos getting off blocks.
Yeah, I like this little strategy. Go down deep, try to get some good field position, and then try to run the ball, shave some time off that clock.
Motion here. Stowers going to take and hand. Aldridge this time got a hole around the right side, and he's going for the corner, and he's down to the 8-yard line. Excellent play there. Gain on the play is 18 yards. First down, Wildcats at the 8.
Looks like the turf monster, the 10-yard line, kind of got the best of him. But
I know, Luke. I thought it looked like he was going for the corner of the end zone, and instead he went for the corner of the ground. Nice little jump cut, though, by Aldridge in the hole to get himself free there. And looks like the amount of plays is wearing probably a little bit on these on this Lobos boys here.
Keep an eye on number 5, Jace Wilson. You see he's all alone down at the bottom here.
And going to take and hand to Aldridge on the right side, and this time nowhere to go. He does get a couple of yards.
forward to about the 5.5.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little jump ball here to Jace Wilson.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a mismatch.
Yeah, tackle over there by number 30. That's Isaiah Brooks. Now going to take in, again, hand inside to 20. And maybe a yard or two inside, about the 3 before he's stacked up. Now going to be 3rd down and goal to go for the Wildcats from the 3-yard line.
So we're going to have some substitutions.
A couple of substitutes for the Lobos as they bring in big number 72, Michael Garcia.
So we're going to have some sort of trick play?
Almost 300-pounder.
A little jumbo, a little hurry up. We've seen this before.
Stowers going to take and hand deep in the backfield, and that's a touchdown as 27, B.J. Phillips just really walked in unopposed. Really no one there. I think they had Big Cooper Lance in there to block from the fullback spot, and they just moved the pile.
She's right when Lobos had a little bit of life, the Wildcats just come down and score back-to-back drives.
Yeah, it makes it 33-14. And this time, Michael Mayfield does what he does best as he bombs that one off the pole that holds the flag. That holds the camera to film the game. That'll be an interesting picture tomorrow at watching that extra point bang off the pole there. And for the world of college football, if anybody's interested in an ACC showdown, early in the first quarter, North Carolina first one to strike as they score a touchdown and lead Notre Dame 7-0.
So what do you think, Rick? You think Notre Dame's the real deal, or think that's just kind of the same as always?
I think Notre Dame is really, really good. This point of the year with not many out-of-conference games, you haven't had a lot of those cross-conference rivalry games to really judge how some of these people play. But, I know Clemson is a really good ball club, and they went toe-to-toe with them. And people will say, well, they didn't have Trevor Lawrence, but that wasn't the problem. The offense did, play well.
They really took the ball out of ETN's hands on that game.
Yeah, they did, and then they ran all over Clemson. So, yeah, I think they're really good. I think this North Carolina team is good. They're just like all really young teams. I'm a fan of one myself. But Georgia this year is, you look fantastic one week, and then, one thing goes wrong, and all of a sudden you get run out in a quarter, and that's what happened in North Carolina this year. So I think this will be a good ball game, and I think it'll be a big tell of Notre Dame of how good they can be, playing a tough team on the road in Chapel Hill, and see if they win this game.
Interesting. I wonder if there'll be a second SEC team who might sneak in, maybe Florida A&M or Bama.
I think if there are going to be two teams get in, I think your best bet probably would be Florida winning against Alabama, but I don't see Alabama losing. So if Alabama wins, I think A&M would be the one that might sneak in there. But it's really crazy this year. Is a 3-yard gain up there for the Lobos, a 5-yard gain there for the Lobos on first down. They run the ball right up the middle. I think college football is going to be crazy this year for sure. There's another handoff right inside. This time, guys are swarming. Shut that thing down. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for sure. But I think it's just a crazy year, Luke. I don't think anybody with 3 weeks to go still knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I think we're going to have the 4 best teams in there, obviously, but I'd like to see it's going to come down to the winner of the ACC, the SEC, and then a few wild cards that get in.
Now, Merritt going to throw to Roddy White, and he breaks a tackle, and he breaks another tackle, and now all the way down inside the 35-yard line, and he is just an absolute man possessed.
Ooh.
It comes up limping on the.
Yeah.
Might be some cramps. It might be just worn out.
Yeah, it looks like it does look like he's cramping a little bit. What's funny is even though it's not very warm out here, but still, when you're playing that many plays, you can still get dehydrated in the game, and everybody is under that impression. Well, you only get cramps in the really hot weather. That's not really true. It's really about hydration. So, all right, Mateer this time in the backfield, going to take And going to hand inside, and the Wildcats just hammer it home. Number 9, Rowan Briggs, just in there to eat that thing up along with 3, Jaden Powell. Second down and a loss on that, maybe second 11.
And that clock is running now down under a minute 30.
Yeah, I think it's critical for the Lobos to score if they have really any chance of getting back into this game, because they've got to kick off to the Wildcats to start the second half. Mateer now by himself, back looking. He's going to run it right up the middle. He's got a ton of room, and he's down all the way to the 10-yard line. That is a big play by the junior quarterback, Smart, realizing quickly that he had the gap in the middle of the field.
It's good pocket presence. He's been able to step up all day and just kind of take what he can get, run into the – there's no QB spot, just running up.
Absolutely. All right, Mateer now back looking again. He's in trouble this time, though. Quick pressure, and he had nowhere to go, and they're going to get him down this time. Loss of about 3.
And looks like we're going to see a Little Elm timeout.
Timeout here at Little Elm with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And we're going to drop this quickly to a sponsor, and you guys will be right back.
Hey, folks, John Piper here. We do want to give a shout-out to our friends at Marty B's, and he's giving away a $25 gift card if you'll text the word football to 214-416-9771. You can become part of the Guyer Football Radio Network community. We can text you out information. Like today, there's people that think the game is tonight at 7 o'clock. We could have texted you out that it's a 2 p.m. kick. But text that in, football, to 214-416-9771, and you'll get entered for a $25 gift card to our friend at Marty B's. And we'll be right back with Rick Threlkill, Quincy Horde, and Luke Piper calling the game. With 45 seconds left in this first half, Guyer leads at 34-14.
All right, Wildcat fans, here we go. 45 seconds to go here in the first half in a brisk, windy final regular season game here from Lobo Stadium. Mateer now, he's at trips to his left, going to put man Joseph in motion. And he's going to quickly throw it up top to 28. Roddy White, and that one went through his hands. And that is the first one I've seen today that he probably should have made the play on and did not come down with it. That'll be fourth down here for the Lobos, and I'm curious to see, third down. Third down they have here. 40 seconds to go. And check their timeouts. They still have a timeout, so they don't have to get on the outside. The whole field is open to them. I'm curious to see. It is 3rd and goal to go, though, from the 13-yard line. They had 28 White open on that play, but he is on the sidelines now. All right, and this time, timeout Wildcats. I'm not sure I would have made that timeout with 28 on the sidelines. He'll almost certainly get a breather and now be back in this game.
Yeah, I bet they'll just go right back to him. He was probably just still cramping up maybe. He's been holding his hamstring a lot.
Well, folks, it's a windy one here. 40 seconds left in this first half. We got a 4-man crew today. Normally we have 4 men. Kyle Rogers is off for Thanksgiving, and we'll have him back once Guyer hits the playoff run. But stay tuned for halftime. Quincy Horde will bring you the first half stats. The crew will be talking about the playoff potential of this Guyer Wildcat team and some messages. So stay tuned with 40 seconds left. And Little M Lobos driving. This one could go either direction here on the Guyer Football Radio Network.
All right. Here we are, 40 seconds to go, 3rd down and 13. And just as I expected, 28, Roddy White now back on the field. One-on-one against the young sophomore, 21 Yates. Going to motion away, and I'm going to go right up top. And White, touchdown.
Wow.
Unbelievable catch from 28, Roddy White. Double coverage, and they just threw it up, and he brought it down. I'll tell you what, Luke, I could be a genius coach if I had that kid on my team.
Oh, yeah. That's my play. I just write up plays all day. Just throw it up, close your eyes, throw it up, and he'll come down and get it.
That's the, no pun intended, that's the throw-up play right there. You just throw it up, he catches it, and then makes everybody else on the other team sick to their stomach. So 34 seconds to go here in the first half. That kick is up, and that kick is good. And now it's back to a 2-score ball game, and you got to give this Lobo team a lot of credit. 2-6 on the year. They could easily pack this thing in. And, say next year they got a lot of, as I look down this roster, junior, senior, junior. They've got a ton of young juniors and sophomores here at the bottom of this roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sophomores on this varsity roster. It would be easy for them to say, hey guys, let's just pack it in. Next year is our year, blah blah blah. But no quit. This, at least not it yet, from this Lobo team. They got down big here, 3 scores in the first half, and back they come.
Yeah, a lot of fight, a lot of potential from this Lobos team.
Yeah, I'll tell you that number 4 to 28, that's liable to be a popular connection next year for sure.
Still questioned over that timeout with White off the field. I don't know if that was the right decision to call that timeout.
You got to have your coach in the booth saying, whatever you do, don't call timeout. And that kick is launched again, almost through the back of the end zone. That thing looked like a shotgun going off.
Now I'm curious, if you're Coach Webb here, do you try to go down the field, maybe make something happen, or do you just take a knee, run this one to halftime?
If you're me, or if you're Coach Webb?
I'm going to ask Rick. I'm going to say, if you're Rick,
if it were me, I would take it to the house for no other reason than I wouldn't want to get somebody hurt on a useless play. But Coach Webb has been known to launch it at any given time. But I don't think that's going to happen here, as it looks like Bryson Riggs is going back into the what is traditionally the take a knee play, as you see him 10, 12 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. And yes, Eli Stowers will take the snap and go to one knee. And I think they're going to have to run one more play here unless they just let it go.
Looks like they're just going to let it go.
It looks like they are just going to let it go. So that play will end the first half, guys. Pretty exciting first half, and as this thing started off, it looked like it was going to be a blowout, like it might really get out of control. But the Lobos fought back to make it just a 2-score game. Let's go to Quincy Horde with some first half stats. Quincy?
Yeah, right now, it's 34-21. Your Denton Guyer Wildcats are leading the game. Guyer with 14 first downs, 269 total yards, 116 of those passing, 153 rushing yards, 2 penalties for 25 yards, and no turnovers. Little Elm with 9 first downs, 189 total yards, 147 of those being passing, 42 rushing yards, 4 penalties for 35 yards, and 2 turnovers.
Yeah, those turnovers were costly, too. I can tell you, if they don't give Guyer a short field twice in a row, and, I think Guyer's first 3 possessions, a very short punt into the wind, and then 2 fumbles. I think Guyer started off the game, a fumble and interception. I think Guyer started off the game right around the 38 to 40-yard line of Little Elm 3 consecutive times. And you start the game 21-0 in the hole. If they'd held on to the ball, this thing might be a totally different game.
Yeah, it's easy to score when you got great field position with the win. But you got to give Little Elm credit for just kind of fighting back. This game could easily be 34-0, but they went down and they scored, gained a little momentum.
Yeah, especially this Little Elm defense, they kind of picked up steam going into halftime.
Yeah. Real big question for Guyer is how are they going to stop Roddy White?
Yeah, that's hopefully. Maybe we're going to see some switches coming out of the second half, maybe a little bit of adjustments. But yeah, that's going to be a problem for the Wildcats, especially since it was kind of getting out of hand first, but now it's 34-21. It's a 2-possession game. Anything can happen.
Yeah, they just got to make someone else stop them. Take Roddy White, their best player of the game, and
yeah, you take him out of the game, and this is going to be a totally different ball game.
Thinking of buying.
Half.
Well, we had a little interruption there. I'm not sure what that was, but let me ask you guys a little bit of lightheartedness here at halftime of this ball game. Tell me a little bit about your Thanksgiving. You guys have a good Thanksgiving. It's one one of my favorite. Christmas probably my all-time favorite, but Thanksgiving's a close second. I'm a big family guy. I always have a really good time at Thanksgiving. Tell me what you guys did.
Yeah, it's good. We just kind of stayed around the house. We always eat a later dinner, so we just kind of had appetizers, watched the Cowboy game, and then probably about midway through the Cowboy game, we just kind of – my mom's a real good cook, so she made a ton of food, and we just –
Midway through the game, you mean about the first 3 minutes of the game?
Yeah, first 3 minutes. That's what I wish. But, yeah, we had a lot of good food, and we didn't really have too much family. It was just kind of the four of us and one other, but – it's good to all be together.
Yeah, how about you, Co?
Yeah, we just kind of hung out at the house, had a super early dinner. We ate around like 1 or 2 o'clock, but yeah, Thanksgiving is always one of my favorite holidays. I love just being able to sit at home, relax, like no one's really asking you to do anything or work or anything, especially after, this has kind of been of a tough year for a lot of people, and it's been super busy, especially I know Luke probably knows, being a student, trying to get all your work done. So this was a really nice time to just relax, hang out with family, and just kind of enjoy the time.
Well, tell me about that for you guys. I know y'all are both really good friends with my youngest son, Camden, so I've spoken with him about it multiple times. But let's talk briefly about the difficulties of trying to manage, your school this year. Now, Co, you're in school, and then you're working on the Denko Gridiron Show with John, and also working. And Luke, you and just like Camden, you're in school and you're trying to play ball at the same time. Tell me a little bit about how difficult this pandemic has been on y'all's school life.
Yeah, it's made it real hard. I mean, it's just like anything you just got to set your priorities with. So for me, I just had to make sure school came first, and it's been hard not seeing your teachers as much. And I mean, you got to kind of be tech savvy and be able to comfortable emailing and being online with the teachers, but it is hard because you'll be watching those little online lectures, and it's sometimes it's hard to get distracted.
Yeah, Quincy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I picked up on over this whole pandemic and trying to go to school is you have to be very good at communicating. If you can communicate well with your teachers, if you can communicate well with people in your group or your students, then you're gonna have a pretty good time. But it's been tough not being able to go to class, and because a lot of these subjects, especially at a college level where me and Luke are at, like it's tough. It's tough to try to learn those subjects over like an online basis. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like when it's all online, it's like you're kind of teaching yourself. You don't really, the teacher's just kind of giving you the playbook, honestly, and you're just kind of reading over it instead of having real face-to-face communication with the teacher. That makes all the difference to me. So this has been a difficult year, but life you just gotta roll the punches and adjust.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it's been an exciting first half as the bands here are playing. I think this will only be one team performing here, as I don't see Geyer up there. I think that's when one of the fallouts from the pandemic we talked about. I don't think the bands can travel this year during high school. But anyway, exciting first half, guys. Going to turn this over to a little halftime music, and we'll get a refreshment. And I can have a little bit more of this delicious brisket as we gather ourselves for the second half. So, folks, please stand by, fill up your drinks, grab you a snack, and we'll be right back.
Thinking of buying or selling your home? Lisa Morris and Shannon Piper with the Cloud Realty team have been serving the DFW area for over 15 years. They specialize in residential buying, residential selling, and work with investors all over the Metroplex. Call them today at 469-300-1109 or go to txcloudrealty.com and check out their 5-star reviews. Contact Lisa and Shannon today to find your next dream home.
The law office of Kimberly N. Shanklin voted the best criminal law office in Denton County 6 years in a row. She and her team are focused on family law and select criminal cases. As a proud Wildcat herself, she will offer any member of the Geyer community a free initial consultation. Kimberly's primary objective is to deliver outstanding results for each of her clients in the most cost-effective manner possible. For more information and to schedule a consultation, visit shanklinlawfirm.com or call her office at 940-382-8216. Marty, I've always enjoyed the range of menu items, whether you want to go in there for just an appetizer or a full entree. Talk to us a little bit about the selection there at Marty B's.
Yeah, thank you, John. The menu was uniquely crafted with a couple things in mind, and one thing I'm most proud of is that all of our meats are hormone-free, antibiotic-free, humanely raised, and fed an all-natural diet. So it truly makes a difference in the quality and of the flavor of the food. For example, we're primarily barbecue is what we serve the largest amount of, and so all of our Tex-Mex options have smoked meats that we use to prepare those items. And then we have one of the best hamburgers you'll ever put your mouth around. All of our beef comes from 44 Farms down in Cameron, Texas. We cut our New York strip, our filet, and our ribeye in-house. And then all of the trimmings from that we fresh ground into our hamburger patty. And then we have our buns fresh baked from a bakery down in Houston. Unbelievable burger. And then, of course, the steaks speak for themselves, some of the best steaks you'll ever eat. So our menu is wide in range, but narrow in that it's just super focused on quality. So come out and enjoy salads, steaks, tacos, burgers. We have it all.
Marty, anytime we have friends or family come in from out of town, we always take them to Marty B's place because it's such a great Texas experience, and everybody just loves it. So check them out at martybsplace.com, and we'll see you there. Take care, fans. BudBartleyHomes.com is one of the area's finest home builders, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 3 new neighborhoods to choose from: Sunset Point, a third to half-acre Lakeview lots, only a 3 to 4 minute walk to Lake Grapevine's Twin Coves Marina. Watch the Gaylord Texans summertime fireworks show from your brand new home. Low-maintenance single-story homes in Highland Village from the upper 400s, and 2-acre lots are available in Copper Canyon. BudBartleyHomes.com, they can build on your lot or theirs. Bud Bartley Homes has built homes for many of the area's top realtors and other industry professionals. We are confident the team at Bud Bartley will exceed your expectations. Take it from me, John Piper. They built my home over 15 years ago. The excitement is building at BudBartleyHomes.com.
There is no one here who can stop me. Never hear Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow. Yeah. Where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same? Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? Where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same? Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? We're starting all over. And let's get together now so we can find a spark in the night. Yeah. Bring it down. Come on. Blow that. That's right. Through our hands. We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing on to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone. Making plans so as we go, where we dance when no one knows just how we want it. Going left, going right, doesn't matter tonight, just how we want it. We want it. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone.
Love should be easy. Why should it not? When all you want is to be loved, is to be loved. But love ain't easy. You taught me that. I let you in, now you want out, now you want out. I don't understand why you hurt me. I don't understand why you wanna let me down. Can't understand. Was it all worth it? You play me good,
And we are back live at the Geyer Wildcat game, final regular season game of the year between the Geyer Wildcats and the Little Elm Lobos. I'm sorry to break into that exciting musical interlude, your halftime entertainment show live from the Vegas Sunset Strip, but we are back. This is Rick Threlkill. I'm with my partner, John Piper, who is executive producing the show today, as Kyle Rogers is still out on his family vacation. I'm happy to be joined today by Quincy Horde, as well as Luke Piper, little Junior Piper on the mic today. Both young men doing an excellent job, both former Geyer Wildcat students. Guys, how's it feel to be back watching a game and doing it from this perspective?
It's definitely different. Usually I was just up close, front row, trying to get as close to the game as possible, but it feels good to be up top, kind of get a view of everything.
Yeah, both you guys leaders of last year's Blue Crew. I think Luke, you were the honorary commander of the Blue Crew. I don't know what it's called, but you guys always do a great job. That thing started back in my oldest son's day by Judd Kinsey and several of the other baseball players, and you and your teammates carry on that tradition last year and this year. It's unfortunately this pandemic interruption here. As we start the second half, Wildcats are right to left on your radio dial, and they will receive the kickoff, and this thing is banged through the back of the end zone. And Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Guys, the last 2-3 minutes of that first half did not go well for the Wildcats as the Lobos climbed right back in this thing, 34-21.
Yeah, they had a chance. They had a chance to go going with a 3-score lead and a little jump ball action. Kind of got them back into it.
Yeah, Roddy White or whatever his name is. Yeah. That kid's a star, a future star. I'd like to see if there's anybody out there with Google potential. I see Quincy. You might want to get on your laptop there and see if that kid's got any opportunities at the next level. Snap, handoff quickly inside 27. B.J. Phillips, and he's off 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, and listen to that. Touchdown. Untouched up the middle. 27, B.J. Phillips just scampered 75 yards, and the Wildcats threatening to blow it open again here instantly into the second half.
Burst of speed up the middle. I mean, looked like someone was maybe going to be able to catch him, but he just kind of outran everybody to the end zone.
Well, I tell you, 27, B.J. Phillips, he seems to be a lumbering back. You know, he's not the jitterbug type or the quick feet that you've seen from a lot of the Geyer running backs in the past. He's more of a banger, big inside the tackles runner. But if you're talking about straight line speed, Phillips can flat out fly.
Yeah, he's got good wheels behind him. I mean, it's going to be hard. It kind of reminds of Eli, how they're not, I guess, as quick, like jitterbug, like you're saying, but the second they get a little bit of space in an open lane, I mean, they can really go.
Yeah, big legs, churns it, and that's 75 yards from scrimmage there to open the second half. And the Wildcats back to a 3-touchdown lead, 41-21. Let's see if the Lobos have any answer for that, as they will have to do it probably in the third quarter as they have the wind, because in the fourth quarter they'll be kicking right into the wind.
Yes, but this will be a big quarter for them. They need to at least make it a 1-score game, maybe try to climb back into it.
Yeah, I think it was pretty smart strategy from them, though. Did you see they're down 2 scores? You know, a lot of times you'll see they had the option, too, because Geyer obviously deferred, so they're going to want the ball. They had the option of the win in the fourth quarter, but I think when you're down 2 scores, they wanted to win right away, try to get back in the game. I think it was a smart call from the coach, but giving up that run right there is not the way you want to start things off.
Yeah, especially you don't want to let Geyer open up the running game and open up the passing game. This is even if there are injuries in some parts, this is still a very, very aggressive offense, and they'll take some points on you whenever you let them.
Yeah, Michael Mayfield going to chip that one up in the air, and fair caught over there from the Lobos at about the 31-yard line. That's where they will take over. That's 23, Jalen Sessions.
Kick kind of looked like my sand wedge at Oakmont. Just kind of put it where I want it to be, you know?
You mean shanked off to the right side there? No,
Actually, that's a little more realistic.
Well, if you do hit your sandwich the way that kickoff was, then I'd like you to be on my best ball team, though, because that was a perfect little chip shot there. All right, here we go. John Mateer again in the backfield. On a running back quiz right, and they're going to fumble that on the quick pitch. Who is that? That's 5, Jason Jackson. And looked like he had some room to run there. And ball just went right through his hands, hit him in a good spot. That happens a lot.
Yeah, he kind of took his eyes off the ball. You got to secure it before you can run.
All right, loss of 4 on that play. Be second down and 14 for the Lobos. Got to figure you're going to see a ball thrown to 28 here. And interesting enough, looks like they've changed a little bit in the coverage.
Red flag.
You're going to get a little bit of defensive interference there, I think. But we did move Darius Goodlow over to cover him. But looks like Goodlow might have gotten a little bit physical there with the hands while the ball was in the air.
We're going to wait the call.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, you can get physical with a receiver, but you just can't grab him like that off the line of scrimmage. So, got to punch and back up. When you see a receiver squat or running back, or defensive back, squat like that with his hands on the receiver's shoulders, that's going to get called a lot.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this matchup now. Looks like they switched off Ryan Yates, put Darius Goodlow.
Yeah, clearly a different strategy though this time. All right, here we go. Mateer and take the low snap. Going to look, and he's going to fire it down the middle. And we had Joseph open and just overthrew him a hair. Pretty good coverage there by 22 Peyton Bowen. But Joseph had him by about a step.
Looked like he was going to be wide open, and Bowen just kind of stuck to him and picked him up real well.
Second down and 10 now for the Lobos. And I don't know. I know our producer said it was 63 degrees outside, but it feels more like 43 degrees outside.
You got to factor in that wind chill.
And it's crazy because it's been like 80 degrees here every single day, and then all of a sudden it just Thanksgiving comes and goes. All right, trips down to the right. Mateer by himself, going to fire out to the flats. 9 is open. Nice little move back inside. Good job there by Cameron Taylor Butler as he catches that ball, sticks his foot in the ground, cuts back against the grain, picked up an extra 5 or 6 yards, and a Lobo first down as they cross midfield to the Guyer Wildcat 49. Lobo's going to try to go quickly here. Mateer is by himself in the backfield, got trips to the high side. One-on-one coverage down here with White. Let's see if something happens out of here. Going to take the snap, going to drop straight back, and going to run the wheel route. And oh, my goodness, if he just gets that ball up in the air, it is a touchdown.
Jackson Foster, good play on that in coverage.
He tried to throw that on a flat line, and the linebacker just stuck his hand out at the last second. If he gets a little bit of loft on that wheel route, that is a touchdown. He caught him man-to-man formation or man coverage there on White as he ran that slant down in the middle, and just wide open touchdown there. Second down and 10. Now going to run that route out to Joseph on the right side. Nice little pickup, gain of about 6. We got third down and 4. Trying to stay ahead of the chains.
Little Elm's passing the ball really well. I think that's something that, especially down by 3 scores, that's just kind of got to stick to.
Yeah, is this y'all think this is 4-down territory at this point?
I think it's 4-down territory for the rest of the ball game. All right, here we go. Mateer again in the backfield, going to look, step up, going to take off. Great little job there by the quarterback as he slides down. Gain of about 8 yards, first down.
Yeah, good little read there. You saw Braden Vallejo. He kind of checked back, tried to spy on the quarterback. He went back in coverage. Right when that quarterback saw that he went back into coverage, he took off. Good read there.
All right. Still no great urgency on the clock. The Lobos obviously got to try to score, but you have to run some clock. You just can't keep giving the ball back to Guyer. Mateer going to take, snap, and hand inside, and nowhere really to run there as the bulk of that defensive front from the Wildcats going to come up and knock him down to 7. Cooper Lance and 44 Blaine Smith. Big loss, 42 Dotun out for the rest of the year for the Wildcats, as we mentioned earlier. Deuce Harmon out for the remainder of the year. And Grayson O'Bara, their most explosive weapon, has not played in 4 weeks. And we had heard originally that it was just a little tweaked back, but he has not come back. And Coach Webb did not even mention it in the coaches show this week, so I'm not sure on O'Bara. Now Mateer going to loft out on the left side and blown up quickly by the Wildcats. Struggle there from the running back as he tried to keep his feet, but 2 or 3 big hits from the Wildcat linebackers, Jaden Powell and
Brooks Etheridge actually came in there.
And Brooks Etheridge over there dropping a bomb as he's taking over for 13 Vallejo. Nice to see 47 Etheridge in the game. He has been a kid that's impressed us all year when he's played. Really flies to the ball.
Yeah, I will not be surprised if you see him picking up a few Power 5 offers.
All right, Mateer back by himself. Going to fire out on the right side to a wide. Oh, goodness gracious. Number 9, Cameron Taylor Butler, wide open and dropped it out on the sidelines. That almost assuredly would have been a first down. Now let's see what happens here. You got 4th down and about 14. Again, there's not a whole deep selection in the playbook for 4th and 14.
I got one play. Throw it up to Roddy White.
Up to 28. Yeah, throw it to Roddy White. Probably a good choice.
If you're the Wildcats, you got to know that's coming.
Yeah, they moved him inside to the slot. Let's see what happens here. Get him off of that man coverage. Mateer by himself in the backfield. Timeout quickly. That looks to be an official timeout. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they signaled to a certain side. It's going to get a
Little Elm. That's this referee again. Back to the no signals. All right, let's take a little break here for sponsors, and we'll be right back.
The law office of Kimberly N. Shanklin voted the best criminal law office in Denton County 6 years in a row. She and her team are focused on family law and select criminal cases. As a proud Wildcat herself, she will offer any member of the Geyer community a free initial consultation. Kimberly's primary objective is to deliver outstanding results for each of her clients in the most cost-effective manner possible. For more information and to schedule a consultation, visit shanklinlawfirm.com or call her office at 940-382-8216.
All right, as we're back here live, the Lobos going to think better of it. They've got their punter into the game. They'll kick this thing off to the Wildcats, punt this thing off to the Wildcats. I think it's a wise decision there from the just inside the 40-yard line, 4th and 14. We're going to punt this thing, and it is going to go way out of bounds all the way up by the 20. Not a great punt from the Lobo kicker. It looked like he tried to angle it, and just not the best punt there. It's going to be all the way out to about the 23-yard line, I think. Mark it at the 25.
He had the wind helping him too, and you thought maybe he was too scared he was going to overkick it or something, and he just shanks it off his foot about 10, 15-yard punt. No.
Yeah, that's the one you got to get loft that one way up in the air. All right, Stowers got stack formation on the right side, Twins left. Going to send 4 Noble in motion, fake, roll slightly to his right, looking down the middle of the field, quick cover. He's going to get outside on the right, and he's taken off, and he's going to slide down after about a 9-yard gain. Looked like he was trying to get Jace Wilson late down the middle, and nice coverage by the Lobos as they picked him up across the middle. Wildcats go right back to the line. They love to go fast now. Stowers going to take fake and look and fire deep again to Wilson, and that is just overthrown. And Wilson kind of quit on that route there. Got a little bit of contact. Got to fight through that one. 3rd down now and about a yard as they marked. Stowers short of that first down in the last play there. It surprises me, guys. I thought he had the first down.
Yeah, I think he slid a little early.
Yeah, it looks like he just had awkward sliding. Maybe he needs to work with me on his sliding.
Yeah, it's. I think for the long-term benefit of Eli, though, I'd rather see him slide down, especially with a 3-touchdown lead. All right, you got trips on the left side. Stowers going to take and hand inside 20 Aldridge, and he gets outside, and he's got a lot of running room, and he is free and down inside the 40-yard line. Nice tackle over there by 28 Roddy White as he's doing double duty there.
Geez, Aldridge really good at finding the holes. He a couple runs today that he's just bounced outside of maybe the certain area he's trying to run into, and then bounces it out and really good at following his blocks.
Yep, here we go. Stowers again, motion on the left. Pulls it out, looking down the middle of the field. Going to throw back to Aldridge on the right side. He's wide open, and he will walk into the end zone. What a play call there from Coach Webb as you get motion and you get action on the left side. A little short rollout. Stowers going to stop and throw back on the wheel route to the right side, and Aldridge was all alone by himself, caught it on about the 18-yard line. And, guys, he just walked into the end zone.
Yeah, blown coverage on that one. That's going to be Ty Aldridge's second touchdown of the game. Big day for him.
It really looks like that motioning and everything kind of paid off because as a DB, you just get confused back there. And it looked like he could have bear crawled into the end zone if he really wanted to.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of eye candy so far from Geyer's offense, and Coach Webb mentioned that in the show this week. All right, with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Geyer strikes again. Now 48-21 to the Wildcats, and we're going to kick it to another one of our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Thinking of buying or selling your home? Lisa Morris and Shannon Piper with the Cloud Realty team have been serving the DFW area for over 15 years. They specialize in residential buying, residential selling, and work with investors all over the Metroplex. Call them today at 469-300-1109 or go to txcloudrealty.com and check out their 5-star reviews. Contact Lisa and Shannon today to find your next dream home.
All right, here we are back live. Wildcats, after opening this lead, 48-21 now, early in the third quarter. It's going to be incumbent upon the Lobos to score or at least run some clock here, guys.
Yeah, I guess they just got to score in bunches and maybe cause a few turnovers, but the way the Geyer offense is playing, it's going to be tough.
All right, Mayfield going to hit that chip shot again. This time the Lobo back will take it out, and nice play.
Tackle.
Number 8, Logan McDermott on a diving play. Excellent special teams play for McDermott. He has been really just been superb at that all year on that kick team, on both the kickoff and punting team. McDermott has made a couple of really big plays, big tackles, and that one looked like there was a hole developing over here on the right side.
Yeah, just kind of ran him down behind and just got a little shoelace tackle. Sometimes that'll do it.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear that Geyer's got one good low again out here on 28 Roddy White. Mateer in the backfield going to take and going to hand on the right side. Nice little hole opened up for number 5, and he's breaking loose, and he's really quick all the way out to about the 45-yard line before he's brought down over there by 22, Peyton Bowen. That is number 5, Jason Jackson, as he shot out of there like somebody threw him out of a missile.
Yeah, it looks like Darius Goodlow had a chance to go up and make that tackle, but number 28 with some good blocking. He just bounces right off of Goodlow and bounces that one up for a big game.
The kids just had tremendous effort all day. Again, Mateer going to take and hand again inside, and this time no one's getting away from big number 7. Future Baylor Bear Cooper Lands just wrapped him up in the backfield and threw him down like he was a rag doll.
Yeah, it's already pretty hard to block the future Baylor star, but it's even harder to get away from him.
All right, let's have a little update on some local scores here. You've got a shocker, I think. Flower Mound Jags, big over Plano as they've struggled a little bit this year. Mateer going to keep it, and up the middle, nice little spin move, get him about 7 or 8 yards. Marcus and Louisville, the Battle of the Axe, the last game of the year, they are playing to 38-35 Louisville right now as we're halfway through the third quarter. Denton Broncos now down 21-7 to Wakeland. Prosper in a war with Allen into the fourth quarter. You got Prosper 17 and Allen 14. Lake Dallas really getting hammered by Frisco Memorial, 62-13. Handoff up the middle, gain of about 8 and a first down as Lobo running back spinning off of tacklers and gets up to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, good strategy here by Little Elm, just trying to run some time off the clock, get a score in, really try to slow down the tempo.
Yeah, really surprised by that, not really surprised by that Prosper Allen game. Prosper, just really one of the best defenses we've seen this year. I don't know that they had the high-end stars that Ryan had, but just from an overall defensive performance, scheme, and just guys that just flat out get after it.
Oh, yeah.
Prosper is really excellent on that side of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of good defensive effort from Prosper. A lot of kids that can play ball. Might not be going to the biggest schools, but all those kids over there can definitely play ball.
Yeah, I can't remember that middle linebacker's name, an Italian last name, something like that. But that kid was maybe one of the best football players, pure football players I've seen in on the defensive side of the ball, at least in Texas.
Yeah, we were calling his name almost every play.
All right, let's go now. First down for the Lobos. And Mateer going to take and fake and keep and know where to run.
Wow.
Boy, that play was doomed from the beginning. 13 Vallejo in the backfield ate him up, lost a 3 on that play, and he really – it was obviously a design keeper. There was no read in that, and it did not fool the Wildcats at all.
Yeah, the QB run has just not fooled them one time. I don't think they've got any positive yards really out of it.
No, the only time Mateer has made any yardage, and he has a few times, but it's been on the scramble.
Yeah.
No design runs. As opposed to the Wildcats really have used that quarterback counter exceptionally well, although we have not seen that play in a while.
But I'm pretty sure every time they ran it, it's been a touchdown almost every time.
It has. Quads right, Mateer now low snap, going to take and shoot it out though, and it is complete to guess who? 28, Roddy White, and he is up for a Lobo first down as they methodically move the chains and cut some time off of that clock.
Yeah, almost a 3-minute drive so far.
Just great route by White right there, just kind of drive off good low and then sink his hips on the 30 and make a great catch.
Yeah, he's got those big hands. You can see him from here. His big paws. He just reaches up there, catches the ball really well. We've seen it 2 or 3 times in the end zone so far. Mateer going to take and hand inside. Nice little spin move again. Gain on the play, probably about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, I mean, a few plays ago we saw Blaine Smith walk off. I hope it's nothing serious, but I wonder if they're going to start trying to exploit that middle run game against this Skyr defense now that they're a little shorthanded.
Yeah, I think at this point for Little Elm, you got 2 goals. One, obviously you want to score. You never want to give up on anything, and we haven't seen any give up from this team for sure, even as much as they're down. But you got to run a little bit of clock, and you have to score. But got to take a little bit of time off the clock. Mateer going to fire this time to 28. And that ball was overthrown. He was open again as he ran a little seam route. A little update from college football. Notre Dame and North Carolina tied at 14 halfway through the second quarter.
I'd like to see an upset in this one.
Yeah,
that'd be a good win for Mac Brown.
Certainly the sophomore sensation, Sam Howell, having a good game today. He's thrown for a ton of yards. Notre Dame getting after it here a little bit on this drive. All right, now back to the game. Mateer by himself in the backfield again. Going to take and look. Gets quick trouble, and he's rolling to his left. Gets it out of there. Excellent job there as he threw that ball sidearm. Little Brett Favre action there as he tried to shovel it forward.
I think some of the Wildcat players might have thought that was a fumble or something, tried to run back to the end zone.
Yeah, clearly it was incomplete pass, so moving forward. You're going to bring up a 4th down here. I'm sure at this point they'll go for it. They're inside the 30-yard line, about the 28. It's 4th down, and it's probably about 7.
Looks like they got Ivan Pena in at the nose tackle position for Blaine Smith.
Yeah, you got quads to the left side again. Roddy White down here by himself. And this one is going nowhere. And that is the pass blocking broke down, and the Wildcats just ate him up. 2 or 3 guys there. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but that was it. And the Wildcats will turn over or take that ball on downs.
It looks like he stepped up in the pocket a little too soon, just ran right into a guy or defender. give the Geyer defensive line credit. They're dropping back to pass a lot, and the defense is getting right in his face.
Yeah, they're not even giving him an opportunity to read, try to get outside the pocket. They're just kind of collapsing it in on him.
Yeah, that combined with all the high and low snaps, I mean, it's not
Yeah, I
a
think
good
you're
thing.
going to probably see a change in quarterback here with the big lead. Geyer got a 4-touchdown lead. Number 11, Jackson Arnold, going to come in and see how the young kid does. Going to take and fake. He's straight back, and he's going to keep it. He can run the ball. This kid, he's got room, and up to about the 48-yard line. Nice little scramble from 11, and that's a first down. Good recognition, too, as they tried to throw that swing pass, and the Lobo linebacker really sniffed it out. Good job by the young quarterback not throwing that ball.
Yeah, pure athlete. I'm really excited to see what Jackson Arnold can bring to this team in the coming years.
Yeah, I think the future's bright at the quarterback position. All right, 15, Howard in motion. Now I'm going to take, and still nobody open, though. And the receiver's just not getting any separation today. You know, Geyer has had a couple of good sort of trick plays to their running backs in the one deep route down the middle. But they just hadn't gotten a lot of separation, not a lot of guys getting open. All right, 11. Now going to send Pegues in motion. Going to take and hand to Pegues on the right side, and he's wide open. And he's running free. 30, 25, 20, 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. Great little play. And, Luke, you asked for it earlier in the game, and there you go. You got it. That little inside jet sweep off the motion from the slot.
Yeah, I really like the Wildcats offense this year. There's a lot of people going a lot of different ways, and it's real confusing for defense.
Yeah, Braylon Pegues there on the big run. And Wildcats going to knock this thing over half a century point here.
And that goes as like a 40-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Arnold. So
Now we're going to take the snap. Is down, and the kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. And with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go here in the third quarter, I think this thing has finally started to get a little bit away from the Lobos here. It's 55 for the Wildcats and 21 for Little Elm. And at this, let's get a little bit more time with our sponsors. This is Rick Drelkill. We'll be right back.
Just stays the same. Where do we go from here when
The law office of Kimberly N. Shanklin voted the best criminal law office in Denton County 6 years in a row. She and her team are focused on family law and select criminal cases. As a proud Wildcat herself, she will offer any member of the Geyer community a free initial consultation. Kimberly's primary objective is to deliver outstanding results for each of her clients in the most cost-effective manner possible. For more information and to schedule a consultation, visit shanklinlawfirm.com or call her office at 940-382-8216.
And we're back live. Wildcats set to kick. Again, this will be into the wind here. Mayfield set to put a toe into it from the 40. Got a little bit of a delay here. I'm not sure what's going on. Still waiting for the officials to mark the ball set. And here we go. And that's another little chip shot there. And this thing is going to be trouble down around the 13-yard line, and they'll have to field it. The Lobos will have to field it, and down goes the runner right about the 13-yard line. Now there's that little sand wedge. Luke, you kick that thing to the sidelines, it looks like it's going out, and you really get a little check up on it. Then you got to go field it.
Yeah, I think that's what they've been trying to do. I mean, you kind of want to just kick it where nobody is and cause a little miscommunication, and maybe one of your gunners run and get it. That was good. I mean, he kind of waiting to see if it was going to go out of bounds, and then finally had to field it, and now they got it at the 15-yard line.
All right, here we go. Mateer will bring the boys back out for the Lobos. They'll start. Actually, they're going to mark that ball up around the 15. Two people in the backfield now for Mateer. And he's going to send some motion. Now going to run the ball right up the middle, and we're not going anywhere. Who is that? 46, Dylan Rivera in there. Looks like he's taking over at nose. A lot of young kids in there. Let's check some of those numbers, Quincy. Got 10 Leo Gibbs. Got
Looks like we got 11 Carson Parham in there.
88.
So we got 88 Eli Mitchell. He's in that DN.
Another DN and a 20 number. Who's that? 28, Landon Sides. Now going to fire out here on the right side, right through the hands of Josh Joseph. Got to catch that ball, sport. That was a perfect throw from Mateer. Get some more of those numbers. 23. That's Jaden Fritch in at left tackle or left defensive end. 45 at the nose guard.
It's important to get some of these guys in.
Ivan Pena.
Yeah, it's always good to get some of these kids experience.
Yeah, especially before playoff time. Anything can happen. Any injury can pop up. You got to be ready to hop in there.
Snap there to Mateer. And he's going to scramble. Got to get that ball tucked away, son. Nice little move to get out a little bit of trouble. There it is on the ground, though. And Mateer got back on it. Got to tuck that ball away. It'll be up 4th down, and the Lobos will have to punt.
Rick, you need to go down there and teach them the 3 points of contact.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not understanding that. Got to keep your hand over the top of the nose of that football for sure.
Looked like a loaf of bread he was running with a loaf of bread in his hand.
Yeah, let's see if we get a little bit of break here when we get this ball kicked to the Wildcats. Let's see if we can get some more. Oh, boy, that's trouble. I think he's going to be marked down. Yeah, that is a big mistake from the Lobo punter. To his defense, really, the snap was bad and low, but you got to, that's punting 101. Any low snaps, you cannot go down and field it on a knee. And he did, and his knee is down at about the 8-yard line where the Wildcats will take over, and that is really unfortunate for Little Elm.
The Lobos have just not had any luck punting. They've had probably about 4 punts, going a total of 40 yards, and then just kneeling it down. I mean, it's not too good. Special teams are big, and they're kind of they just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, let's look at some of these scores here. I can tell you right now, Marcus 41-38 over Louisville with 2 minutes to go, still in the third quarter. There's Texas high school football for you. Nobody playing any defense. The Carroll Dragons up 38-16 over Timber Creek High. Now it's handoff inside. Still struggling. You got to be down at about the 5-yard line. Flower Mound still up big over Plano, 35-15. Obviously, the one you're watching here, Gower Wildcats, up big 55-21.
Looks like we got a one-on-one Jace Wilson with number 28, Roddy White. I wonder if they're just going to take it up the middle.
No, we're going to hand outside. Ryan Pritchard, and he is.
It's upended on the side.
Yeah, knocked down after a gain of about 1.5 yards.
Just a quick shout-out to my Grandma Betsy tuning in all the way out there from Perkins, Michigan. We're here in Texas right now, but I think you brought a little bit of that cold weather down here with you, Grandma. Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, I think if she was here, she'd probably be loving it. It'd probably feel like summer. Well, that's the end of the third quarter as we change fields. Got a long way for the young men to run, so we'll take a little bit of a break here. Your Gower Wildcats lead it 55-21.
Finest home builders, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 3 new neighborhoods to choose from: Sunset Point, a 1/3 to half-acre Lakeview lots, only a 3 to 4 minute walk to Lake Grapevine's Twin Coves Marina. Watch the Gaylord Texans summertime fireworks show from your brand new home. Low-maintenance single-story homes in Highland Village from the upper 400s, and 2-acre lots are available in Copper Canyon. BudBartleyHomes.com, they can build on your lot or theirs. Bud Bartley Homes has built homes for many of the area's top realtors and other industry professionals. We are confident the team at Bud Bartley will exceed your expectations. Take it from me, John Piper. They built my home over 15 years ago. The excitement is building at BudBartleyHomes.com.
Well, here we are back live. Gower Wildcats break that little sugar huddle. They're on the third down. It's the 3-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Arnold got Pritchard beside him in the backfield. Going to take. He's going to keep. He's rolling left, and he's got room if he can get to the corner, and he will. Nice job by number 11, Jackson Arnold. Showed off that athleticism and burst, and he scampers into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Wildcats now up 61-21. Still 11 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this game.
Great. Looks like there's an injury on the field, or a little known players down. So Quincy, what do you think? How much potential do you think this guy Wildcats have in the playoffs?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think we're going to see a pretty good playoff run. I mean, this team has a lot of potential, that's for sure. But I think, going into this playoff run, we're going to need to see a lot of offensive creativity, and on the defensive side, there's a lot of injuries going into the playoffs, and we're hoping we get a few people back from that and just try to play our best football. I mean, first-year coach,
Yeah, with all the injuries, it looks like they're going to have a young team. It kind of reminds me of the young teams when JW was a sophomore, Walsh, and Sean Robinson was a sophomore, and when Gerard and Eli Stowers here was a sophomore. These teams are just young, and it's hard to kind of get rolling against these top competition 6A teams in the playoffs when you're just down a couple men.
Yeah, I think I have to look and see what the projections are, Quincy. If you can take while we're on this break, see if you can look in there and see what the projections are for the Wildcats right now. I know we're kind of looking like we're on a collision course with Marcus here, maybe a couple 3 rounds deep, but I'm not really sure who it is that will be set to play in round 1. But I think one thing that's key, Luke, and we've seen some of it today. I don't think as much as I would have liked to, although the win probably makes it very difficult, is that I think if Geyer is going to have success in the playoffs, they're going to have to be able to run and throw the ball. And we've seen a little bit of it today, especially when the wind wasn't punching us right in the face. And I think that'll be critical for Geyer. I think when we have struggled this year, it has been because, or when somebody took, when somebody took that ability away from us. Ryan did it. They completely shut down our ability to throw the football 100%. They just came up and ate our receivers alive. And we had a little success running the ball at times, but nothing sustained. Prosper did just the opposite. They absolutely shut down our ability to run the football at all. So I think for us, the key is being able to run it and throw it.
Yeah, if Geyer can stay away from just being one-dimensional, I mean, it's going to be hard for teams to stick around or keep up with their talent with Eli Stowers, A&M commit, and have a big O-line and a few good receivers. But I just think they need to get they play way better I think they should play better being ahead.
Yeah, I think that I need to get a read on that ankle, but we really could use Jordan Eubanks back. I'll tell you what, that young second turning backup defensive team from the Wildcats is flat getting after it. A name that we mentioned earlier, 47 Brooks Etheridge, and 11 Carson Parham, really getting the backfield on that play right there and shut it down for no gain at all.
Yeah, a lot of speedy guys, a lot of speedy young guys flying around trying to make a bunch of hits.
Kind of trying to get their name out there.
Yeah.
This is their time to go. I mean, you better be ready.
Snap, and now trying to run outside. 47, Etheridge just shut that thing down immediately. Gain on the play, maybe a yard as he cuts that thing back. But great play there from the outside linebacker, 47, Etheridge, as he shot into the backfield and really blew that play up.
Etheridge looks like a real good athlete. Maybe he's the best athlete in the family. I mean,
yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
If there are any Etheridges listening today, not that I think that there could or couldn't or should or shouldn't, but little inside joke there is one of Luke's ex-teammates is another Etheridge who happens to be playing college baseball right now. So I'm sure he would argue a little bit with you.
Yeah, he would probably argue. I mean, he'd probably say that baseball's harder.
Oh, yeah.
Something. I don't know. That's Russ for you.
All right. No gain on that play there from the Lobos, and they will have to punt the ball now, 4th down and 7 from their own 14-yard line. And No easy task here either, trying to punt the ball into this gale force wind.
Yeah,
So
especially backed up to your own end zone.
yeah, if you can see the guy or return man standing right on the 35-yard line, and I'll be shocked if the ball gets that far. And nice punt, though, actually, as it gets out and away from him. And again, we don't get back there and catch the ball. And it goes all the way to the 49-yard line. That's an excellent job there from the Lobo punter into the wind. Another mistake by Geyer not getting up there and catching that ball, though.
Yeah, just run up, fair catch. When you're up by 40 points, you just got to kind of get used to it, because when it comes to playoffs and something like that happens, it's a game of inches. That could kind of cost you the game, so you might as well just get a little in-game repetition for it.
Yeah, it's critical for the Wildcats here in this fourth quarter, 9 minutes and 53 seconds, to at least play quality football here on out. Again, Jackson Arnold back in the game. He's by himself in the backfield, going to send 26, Fritcher in motion, and now keep it on the quarterback keeper off the read option. He's going to get outside. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. Nice little play from the young sophomore there on the quick read.
Yeah, and we've been seeing it all day. Jackson Arnold, a big kid, but he can just flat out run. He can fly around. You saw him on that little touchdown trying to catch the corner, and he can definitely move when he has to.
Yeah,
no lack
again,
of mobility.
Yeah, again, 26 Fritcher in the backfield with Arnold. He's going to take it, drop straight back, and fire down the middle, and broken up nicely over there by the middle linebacker for Little Elm. That's number 17, Andrew Bishop. 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Arnold's still back there with Fritcher on his left. Going to send 14, C.J. Rice in motion. Now going to hand off up the middle, and Fritcher right up to about the 41-yard line. We'll call it the 42-yard line. Gain on that play was about 3.5, 4 yards. Going to be 4th down and 3 for the Wildcats here. I don't think they have any interest in punting this ball. They'll almost assuredly put the ball on the ground again here, see if they can get the first down. The clock runs inside of 9 minutes. Arnold going to take and hand up the middle, and Fritcher's going to be really close.
So
let's see where he gets marked.
I think they're going to mark him a little short, looks like.
Yeah, he's going to be short. That'll turn the ball over.
Kind of just fell forward. Looks like he thought he had it when he really didn't, and didn't really push forward for any more yards.
8 minutes and 59 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats lead this thing 62-21, and guys, it really got away from Lobos there in the third quarter.
Yeah, they really needed that was their quarter where they had the win, and they needed to maybe make it a one-score game, and they kind of the exact opposite. The Wildcats went in and blew the doors right open.
Yeah, Wildcats putting up 28 straight.
Yeah, this time, little pitch inside the 8. Jonas Garrett. New quarterback in for the Lobos, number 12, Landon Webster. Big 6'2" senior. The halftime score down there in Chapel Hill, Notre Dame and North Carolina are knotted at 17. And your quarterback for Little Elm's going to take off and run and gain on that play of about 10. I think he might have gotten the first down just over midfield. And he did. I'll move the chains for the Lobos. That'll run this thing under 8 minutes as this play fires off. Webster going to take the snap and hand in the middle of the field. Nice little play there. Number 8, Jonas Garrett.
Getting some life on offense, maybe with the new QB in, senior.
Yeah, a little bit.
His last game ever at Lobo Stadium. He's got to go with a bang.
Yeah, ball out. Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Second down and 7. Webster going to take and hand inside again to Garrett. He follows his blockers. Big hit there. Number 10, Leo Gibbs. But not before another Lobo first down. See if these young pups can dig in for the Wildcats. A lot of pride still, when you're playing late in the game and you're a backup player. You still don't want them to score on you.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine for spots. They're just trying to get.
Webster going to take and fire outside and quickly up to make the tackles. 22, Peyton Bowen. It is complete out there to number 9, Cameron Taylor Butler, but very short gain on the play.
Looks like on the opposite side, they have number 8, Logan McDermott. They're on number 28, Roddy White. Keep an eye on that matchup.
All right, Webster again, hands off up the middle. Seems to be a popular play for the Lobos down the stretch here. That little inside read. Sure, with your backup quarterback, your playbook has shrunk a little bit there. 23 checking into the game.
The playbook wasn't too extensive, but yeah, putting in their senior backup QB. I mean, it's just dwindling down the plays that they have to call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like they're just run up the middle and maybe quick little out.
Quick time out there and get an injured player off the field. And clock will run under 6 minutes at the end of this play. You got 62-21 score here for the Wildcats, but the Lobos are driving. Webster going to take and drop straight back. Look, fire deep down that right side, and it is incomplete. And somehow they didn't throw a penalty there. Maybe the referees are just as ready to get this game over with as everyone else is, because that was certainly interference down there. 4th down and about 7 for the Lobos. Logo.
With a 40-point game, I mean, it looks like the rest are just going to let the boys play.
I can't be the only one to have ever said that, right?
No, probably not.
Okay, here we go. 4th down and 7. This will certainly be a telltale play here for Webster as he's trying to move his receiver to the right spot. Quads up top again. Now timeout from the coach. Surprisingly there.
They're going to look over this 4th down as it won't play too much in the factor of the ending score, but.
Hey, boys, I'm going to break in here on the Smurf mic. Hey, shout out Quincy Horde, Luke Piper, Rick Threlkill, always bringing it. And John Piper producing today with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left. Guy Wildcats lead this one 62-21. Thank you all so much for tuning in each and every week. And the Wildcats will be off next week. Get everybody healthy, and then a road to the playoffs. Always the goal to get to AT&T Stadium and another state playoff run. And now back to Quincy Horde.
Hey, right now, 6 minutes, 5 seconds left. 21-62, your Guy Wildcats are winning this one. We have a 4th and 7.
All right, here we go, Webster. Again, trips high. Slot to the left side by himself in the backfield. Going to take and look and take a huge lick from the backside. That's 45 for the Wildcats. Ivan Pena. Ball falls helplessly to the ground. Incomplete, and the Wildcats will take over with 6 minutes and 1 second to go in the game, up 62-21 here at Lobo Field.
I think from here out there, just kind of run it, chew down the clock, or hey, maybe they want 70.
No, I throw it up.
Yeah,
right here. I throw it up and go for 2.
I do. I'd run a little flea flicker.
Yeah.
And then taunt the Lobo sideline.
Yeah, at this point, it's hurry up offense all the way. No, I agree with you. I said they throw the ball up down the middle of the field as we're all about to say. They take the air out of the ball. You got a little bit of a dilemma though. You know what we saw last year in the state championship game. You know, it's you don't want to run. You're certainly not going to see any reverses or anything like that. You don't want to see them run the score up, but. You know, it's hard when you get a chance with your quarterback and you got 6 minutes left to go in the game. It's hard not to at least run your offense, right?
Yeah.
So, I'd be surprised if we don't see him a little bit of something here and there. They go right there to the inside read, though, and that thing gets eaten up in the backfield. So, third down now and about 10. Also, you're trying to get the game over with, too. So, you need to make a couple more first downs. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw the ball here either on third down and 10.
Arnold has a big arm. I like to see him show it off with the wind in his back.
Little also with only one timeout, so a few first downs probably ends this one.
Yeah, Arnold, big kid, third baseman in baseball, and the kid can absolutely hit bombs on the diamond too. All right, now we're going to run the speed sweep to 26 Pritchard, and he's got a big hole on the left side, and I think he's going to get a first down.
Good run. Good play at the end of the run. Just lower his shoulder.
Stay in
get that
bounds.
First down. Stay in bounds, too.
Yeah.
Little football IQ he has.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we got crashing going everywhere as Big John Piper's knocked over the mic and everything else here. I'm not sure he gets stung by a bee or something there, John. You all right? Not sure what was happening there. I thought somebody might have been coming out of my left side to attack me. All right, here we go. First down. Dun, 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 dun. The Lobo band breaks into Sweet Carolina here, down 62-21. Jackson Arnold going to take and fake this time, keep it on the corner, and he's got all day to run. And Arnold going to stay in bounds.
Wow.
Absolutely ran over the quarterback. My goodness. Now there's a little excitement late in the game. Doing his best Earl Campbell imitation there. Number 11, Jackson Arnold just absolutely trucked the cornerback.
Yeah, that was a grown man's move.
Was absolutely grown man with an A in the middle there. That was not prepared for that play. Anyway, nice gain, though, from Arnold, regardless of that, about 20 yards and a first down. And again, I'm startled by the peppiness here from the Lobo band.
I don't know. I thought I saw you go down.
Oh,
to the
and a
bench.
nice run there by Pritchard as he spins, trying to get away from a Lobo tackler as they plow into each other. 72 and 78 there. Flag flying. We'll see what the call is. And some sort of penalty of motion from the referee there. Again, he's has not been the most emotive of people today. He just seemingly stuck two hands together, and not sure what the call was, but it was on the Wildcats as it mark it back 5 yards. Breaking news from Columbus is Ryan Day, the head coach for Ohio State, tests positive for COVID-19 too, which means that Ohio State should only win by 14 touchdowns this weekend as they play another one of those exciting Big Ten opponents. What do you think about that, Mr. Horde?
I think we're going to come out with the win this weekend.
Yeah,
I think we're going to beat Ohio State. Maybe make a little playoff run, perhaps. I don't know. Hey,
You
Mel
never
Tucker,
know.
Mel
You
Tucker
never-
might lead us to the promised
You
land.
never
this year.
know.
Is Kirk Cousins your favorite player?
I'm actually more of a Connor Cook kind of guy.
Oh,
Cook,
my
to be honest.
goodness. Well, Connor Cook did actually take them to a playoff game.
Yeah, I was actually.
How'd
at
that one
game.
go, though? How'd that game go?
Yeah, did they have any points did they
I
score
mean,
that
to be
game?
honest, I can't really remember. I couldn't really tell you the
Yeah,
score.
I think they made 2 first downs.
Yep, that sounds about right, to be honest.
Nice. Oh, goodness gracious. Right through the hands of number 84 for the Wildcats. That's
Jacoby Bruce.
Jacoby Bruce. The Wildcats now, no big hurry here to move that offense forward. Letting a little bit of clock run down. Got another young receiver in the game there. That's 18, Austin Rollins. Now motion from Pritchard. Going to take and this time fake and nowhere to run for Arnold this time as he gets hit in the backfield and gain about a yard or so. Bring up third down and about 2 city blocks for the Wildcats here. Fourth down. I think they're going to let Mayfield kick this field goal, and I've been waiting for this all year to let him try one of these. With the wind, Michael Mayfield going to try this from 56 yards, and I will guarantee you it won't be short.
Hey, and you know where he's kicking it from? The Lobo logo.
He's kicking it from the Lobo logo. All right, here we go now. The Texas kicker couldn't make one of these today to extend the potential of their great season. Let's see if Michael Mayfield can put an exclamation point on the exceptional season he's had so far. Snap is down, and the kick is up, and it is
Wow.
good. Good from 56 yards. Michael Mayfield right through the uprights. And just like I said, folks, that kid's going to have a bright future of kicking on Saturdays.
What a kick. He's got this whole crowd up on their feet cheering.
And that's one of those things where you got to give your kicker the chance. That's one that could really make a difference late in the year. And you see what you've got. And he didn't have a ton of room left. Maybe 3 or 4 more yards, though. I think that might have been good from almost 60.
Almost, yeah.
But right down the middle of the uprights. And that's an exciting exclamation point on the end of this ball game for the Wildcats.
Yeah, always a great asset to have. Kicker that can take it down from deep.
All right, now 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in this ball game. If you're a Wildcats, what you want to see from here on out is nobody get hurt. As my highlight reels run in front of me, UCF and South Florida playing, and South Florida is perhaps playing in the most horrific football uniform I have ever seen. Just an entire highlight green uniform that makes that horrendous Seattle Seahawks uniform look like a classic Pittsburgh Steelers outfit. I mean, this is really one of the worst uniforms I've ever seen. I know, shout out to my good buddy Jeff Davis, who's a huge South Florida fan, as well as Brian Lewis, both huge South Florida fans, but that has to be the worst uniform in the history of bad uniforms. And there are some bad ones out there. When Grambling wears that black and yellow and red thing, that's not a good. That's an awful one. I'm not a huge fan of that Seattle Seahawk uniform. That's bad. But that South Florida uniform might be the worst thing I've ever seen.
I don't know if I'm too big of a fan of those Falcons jerseys they rolled out this year.
Yeah, how about this one right here? Not a breaking story from this one. 47 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and the Prosper High School Eagles up 31-28 over Allen.
I wonder, is that going to have any implications on the playoff picture?
Devastating implications. No.
Oh, okay.
I think both of those teams are locked into the playoffs.
I don't know, maybe.
And an explosion of points from the Marcus Marauders as they have extended their lead from 41-38 to 56-38 there, with just 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the Battle of the Axe. That big game there, one of the biggest games in Texas high school football. That game, historically, maybe not so much as in the recent history, but that's two teams that have had some really good teams. That thing used to be crazy. I know when I first moved here, they had it over in Irving at Cowboy Stadium because it was too big. They didn't have a stadium big enough to hold that game.
Wow.
That's the only thing. I wish Geyer had they do have Ryan, but I wish they had one in district with a little more implications that they played.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Geyer could see Louisville in the first round of the playoffs.
That would be pretty cool.
All right, now pitch to the left side for the Lobos. On third down here, as it looks like they are really just trying to run this thing out as the clock now runs under 20 seconds. And I believe that will be the last play of the game here, guys. What started out early as a runaway for the Wildcats certainly got tight as the second quarter played out, and young Roddy White really showed his athleticism. But Geyer, with some explosive plays and a couple of big defensive plays early in the third quarter, really sort of distanced themselves, guys. The final today, 65-21, ended with that huge 57-yard field goal from Michael Mayfield. Thoughts, Quincy? Highlights? Stats?
Yeah, I got a few stats for y'all. Obviously, like you said, Geyer Wildcats take this one away from the Little Elm Lobos, 65-21. Geyer with 21 first downs, 534 total yards, 153 of those passing, 381 rushing yards, 4 penalties for 40 yards, and no turnovers. Little Elm with 17 first downs, 271 total yards, 185 of those being passing, 86 rushing yards, 4 penalties for 35 yards, and 2 turnovers.
Yeah, it's really nice to see this year. You see the teams meeting at the middle of the field. Not a whole lot of hugs, in this crazy sort of pandemic year, but nice to see a lot of high fives, the high knuckle or whatever we're calling it to stay safe nowadays. But to see the teams come out in the middle of the field and still wish each other the best. One of the great things about high school football in Texas is you see a lot of really, really hard, heavy battles, but in the end, you got a bunch of young high school men with the rest of their lives ahead of them playing something that a game that very few people in the world have the guts and athletic ability to get out there and play. But it's always good to see that, and also good to see the Geyer Wildcats kneel in prayer at the end of the game together. Going into the playoffs, you got some people hurt, you got some people down and out, but I think the Wildcats always have the chance of winning when you got guys like Stowers that can really make plays.
Yeah, with when you have a star QB leading, there's really anything can happen. And really, I think Geyer, it's always a perennial 3-round team. It's just kind of our expectations kind of lower where we think that we're going to go. But I think that if this team can get past the second round and get into that third round where really past there anything can happen, maybe start getting some guys back that they didn't think they'd come back and, just kind of get a flow. But it's really going to come down if they can get some receivers healthy and pass the ball well. I think that will lead them to the promised land.
Yeah, well, as we wrap this thing up, we always have sort of made this a ritual for the end of the ball game, something that's really close to my heart, and I know to you guys too. I made mention of my youngest son, Camden, happens to be one of you guys, both one of you guys' best friends. This last thing that we're going to talk about, near and dear to my heart, for y'all that are listening to the show that don't know, as a freshman here at Geyer, my son was diagnosed with a heart condition, very serious heart condition, as it turned out. We were ill-prepared at the time to receive sort of a diagnosis. But in the end, it was really lucky because his life was saved by the surgeons at Baylor, and he's gone on to now have a great high school life, and he's playing sports in college. But what saved his life was a free screen by one of the best organizations I've ever had the privileges of knowing anything about. The Living for Zachary organization. Out of great tragedy has come great hope. A young sophomore, Zach Shara, at Plano East High School, and his mother, Karen, started a foundation in his name. I know, Luke, you honored Camden by wearing his jersey.
Oh, yeah. When Camden was out having his surgery, I wore his jersey during one of his games, and I'm really thankful for being around Thanksgiving. I'm really thankful to Living for Zachary because, it was free and it saved one of my best friends' lives. So
yeah,
it's a really great organization, and I'm so glad that God has blessed them and put them in our lives.
Yeah, and I would love to ramble on and on and on about Living for Zachary, but I think I can't do it justice the way that Liz does. So without further ado, Liz Threlkill, take it away.
I'm Liz Threlkill. Did you know sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 cause of death on school campuses? Living for Zachary is on a mission to change that, one kid at a time. Living for Zachary provides youth heart screenings for kids ages 12 through 22 and donates AEDs or automated external defibrillators to youth-based organizations. When it comes to your kid's heart, there's not a reason to wait. Geyer High School is a proud partner for Living for Zachary. My son Cam is an example of early detection. Living for Zachary and his heart screening from Living for Zachary may have saved his life. To find out more and register for a heart screening, visit livingforzachary.org and click on screenings. Do it today and go Wildcats.
That'll do it for us here at Little Elm Lobo Stadium with the Geyer victory. Thank you for tuning in. We're off next week, and then Geyer will start their postseason run in 2 weeks. Stay tuned and go Wildcats.